Terrible stealth check.
Terrible.
We're live.
Oh yeah, you can.
Nice set.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Am I on camera? Okay.
Most of them in the back, but I don't need them.
There it is.
Darby cam.
Much better Darby cam. Straighten out there.
I don't know if I brought this stuff
Yeah.
down yet. Have I?
Remember I said these were like the reject dice? This
Yeah.
is my actual set of dice.
Nice.
Yeah, if we're going going for like Hero League shit and stuff in the Team League, the other possibility is Chen just because he's over. At one point, so
Okay.
it was a game earlier.
I don't really like
Me
talking
and
about
Andrew were
that.
playing.
You knocked my
At one
dice!
point, I
Oh
took the
no,
buff
you're not
shield
perfect, I'm sorry.
for drinking, and I was just sitting in front of their Altar of Storms, taking the hits from their core, and taking hits from their Brightwing who didn't know what to do. Like, she should have polymorphed me, but she didn't know what to do. She's like, I don't know. And I'm just sitting there drinking, healing. I was healing. I didn't even take damage. I was just healing. I'm just like, it's fine. Then like Diablo came out, I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. I don't
If you
care.
take chance and focus on all those shielding abilities, the ones where you shield your allies too, you can keep your entire team at full health, just sitting there spamming the G
I
button.
remember that, yeah, because we did that. We did that in the comp stomp when we were just like, haha, and you were just like shielding everybody. I was like, that's fine.
Okay, so anyways, when last we left our adventurers 3 weeks ago, the devilish duo
Almost died.
got successfully demolished the
Oh my goodness. Nemia was a badass.
and defended off the demons.
That's
and
true.
Thankfully, they didn't get in trouble because the guards actually saw the devils.
Yeah, that's true.
Guards, help, we burned down this building.
Devils burnt down this building. Not us devils. Other devils.
Yeah.
Devils, it was devils.
It was all devils. And the roguish ruffians managed
The roguish
to
ruffians.
rob some poor, unsuspecting, innocent people.
Whoa.
Hey,
Cultists. The cultists. Wrong.
I don't think we ever actually got full confirmation that they're cultists. They could just be
No, we
dicks.
went to the actual cultist camp.
No, but I don't know if we actually know specifically. Like, I don't know if we ever got like full-on confirmation. Like, those are the cultists. So they could just be dicks. You know, I'm just saying they could just be assholes this whole time. They're probably the cultists, but they could just be jerks. They could just be like really isolated, and we're just like, oops.
That would suck if our
just
lead
jewel
in the
traders.
town in what was it? Boulder's Gate gave us the wrong camp to follow.
The whole time.
Right, I forgot there was that
Oh,
lead,
damn it.
and he specifically said like those guys,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It would suck if that was the case.
Then we're kind of like the bad guys if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, the lead just told us just like go with this caravan. He never like pointed out I don't think he pointed out like a specific like carrots. It's like it's
I
that
think he
guy.
did, didn't he?
Did he?
We figured out who was the cultist in the.
Because I remember we took like the first day or so like kind of just trying to like scope things out.
You're
We're just like,
yeah.
who's the cultist here? And we're like, look at those guys.
Stop
They've got
cultists.
hoods and they're like really kind of like
They don't want to
cloistered
talk
and
to
stuff, and
anybody.
they don't want to talk to anybody. Clearly cultists.
It's obviously Gargoyle. It's obviously the
It's
Gargoyle.
probably Gargoyle.
Yeah.
Must be Gargoyle.
Anybody want a cup of coffee?
I would like some water.
Yes.
Can I talk to you my water ball?
Yeah.
I love
Oh.
caffeine. If you ask for
Coffee.
caffeine, I will
Yeah,
take.
so-
I will take caffeine.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks. I can come grab it if you want.
Okay.
So
So we had to, we were kind of like, you guys have to like divvy up your loot. Like, is that kind of like the #1 priority, or?
yeah, you guys basically spent the rest of your day answering questions.
You
Vocabulary.
need to
coming
stop
around talking to you.
coughing up lead and all that, you know.
But there's
Scott.
the good news is that since the basement was made of stone,
Thank you.
there's a lot of evidence down there supporting
nice.
your claims and
And there
demon
was,
worshipping.
and there's
That's
Manny the
Manny
manacle guy.
who was
Oh yeah. I'm glad he survived. Because we had a
Witness to
great
fraud, right?
track record of saving innocence.
That would have been really funny if he was just like a dick. So he's just like, he convicts you.
These guys did it! They did it! We're like, Manny's! He's like not even overly like emotional about it. He's just like, just strolling. It's like,
Turns out he's him.
I usually
Hi Slash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi Slash!
He's glad that everyone's here.
Hello. We're happy to be
So
back.
Slash,
Happy
a
to be
question
back.
for you to
Yeah.
ponder: if you were to be part of a competitive Heroes of the Storm League, what character would you like to play? We've just been running
As
those
your
ideas.
primary.
As your primary.
He did rock Rhaegar. That was pretty great.
Yeah.
We managed to like
Yeah, I
steal
feel
all the
really-
coins, and then we all got to like watch him.
I
like
feel
a
really
special
bad that I was
episode.
doing that line competition because I was like, I wanted to play with Slash and I never got a chance. And I was like,
It was
God
so
damn.
rad. I was
I'll
able
do
to
it
watch
next
him
time.
as
That's
Africa.
why
I'm
that's
like,
what you
go
were saying.
man,
You did one thing
go!
last week too, huh?
Yeah.
Did he ever add you? On the...
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He was actually the first to add me, and then
Yeah.
he was like, I'm just downloading tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. And I was like, oh, we'll play soon. And then I never got a chance, but no worries, Lash. We'll fix
Soon.
that.
He rocked it. He rocked it. Time frame soon.
Okay.
Did
so,
he enjoy
Heroes of
himself?
the
Heroes
Storm?
of the
I imagine
Storm.
he did.
What kind of game is it?
It's a MOBA.
Kayla's in the
I
credits.
know. She is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And I never
That's her
played
sister.
it. Yeah, my
Her
sister,
sister
works on. I didn't know what game she worked on. She works at Blizzard.
Okay.
And I guess she works on Heroes of the Storm. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like League of Legends
Yeah.
and like
Oh,
Dota
okay.
and stuff like that,
Probably
but
why
it's a
I'm not
lot
into it.
better.
I'm gonna write
okay.
a horrible. I'm gonna write a horrible. What's the term? Flame letter, and I need you to hand it to her.
I
Actually,
can do that.
you know
I
what's-
can actually do that. I saw her this weekend.
You know what's really funny?
Oh my God,
Jaina
there's Jaina.
counters Kale perfectly if you take an ability. She
Really?
can go invulnerable for 3 seconds, so if she
Oh, the
blocks
ice
it,
block?
you just go invulnerable
They
and block
also
it.
they improved ice block, so now if you tap it again, it cancels it too. So
Yeah.
you can just turn it on for a second to block the damage, then turn it back off. So that was
Yeah. So
Yeah,
and that's what I noticed too. Is like you can just block Kale's ability with that.
Yeah.
So
Looks like Slash said something.
So anyways,
he really liked Rhaegar, but he was free at the time. Only character I bought so far is Sonya.
Sonya, I've actually been seeing her played a lot. She recently, if you check the
Patch
changed
the
it up.
patch, she got changed a lot. She's doing so much better in
Is she?
matches. I've been
Oh, good,
amazed at
because
how
she
good
seemed
she's
pretty
doing.
weak before.
And she
Okay.
does, her damage is increased, her healing is increased.
Oh,
She's amazing
nice.
now. So yeah,
I mean, I saw her like played okay, but I was like, whenever I tried her, I was just like, this feels weak. Like
Yeah.
like you can take minion camps well, cool.
so we'll go back to you guys since you have more stuff to actually do.
Yeah.
What would the roguish ruffians like to do?
I mean, I'm totally fine with turning in everything except for the minuscule trinkets I already pocketed and he didn't see. I'm not gonna turn those in and like.
Oh yeah, you did.
I mean, gold is really not traceable, so I'm gonna just assume that it's free for the taking at that point. Like, it's gold and silver. It's not marked. It's not traced. It
Well,
wasn't
remember,
specific.
You
so.
have to decide how much you're gonna give them.
Oh, I'm gonna give them
You don't
everything
know if they're
else.
watching. Oh,
Like,
Yeah, I'm
Hamburger
literally. I
press.
mean, I'm not gonna give them the
Oh.
gold and the silver
like a
that we
French
pulled
press.
from
It's
the
like one of
card
the best
because they
cups of
asked.
coffee, like,
They did
ever.
ask
That's
for us
awesome.
to
Yeah,
bring
I've
back
never seen
items,
that.
not gold and silver. So.
Okay. Hold them to the
Essentially.
That was
Hold them to the
that was in the
contract.
fine print. That was in the fine print. That's
But I'm gonna keep the trinkets because he doesn't even know I have them.
It's true.
So, and that's just what my character would do. I
That's
don't-
what you
not
think.
gonna share 'em.
Roll an insight check.
I already did, remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
totally
yeah,
failed
yeah,
on
yeah.
all of them.
I was like super oblivious. Whatever.
roll another one.
Hey, God says so.
This is really nice coffee, actually.
Oh, good.
You weren't kidding.
Oh, great.
And it's
Thank
Pete's coffee.
Oh.
And it's Pete's coffee.
And it's Pete's coffee.
Ooh.
I've got some
literally got it.
delicious Yuban.
Yeah.
Folgers in your cup.
if
Oh,
the best part of
yeah.
waking up is Folgers in your cup. Maybe you shouldn't be waking up.
I feel like Yuban, even though it's cheaper than Folgers, is better. Like I periodically I
I
buy fast large amounts of cheap coffee because I drink coffee mostly for the caffeine.
Anything's better than Folgers.
Folgers isn't.
Folgers.
I've had
Folgers. Folgers.
Vulgaires?
Vulgaires.
Yeah, vulgaires.
We should try and get them to sponsor us.
Folgers.
Just like,
Oh,
wait,
we have
in
better
a
luck
word
than
to our
Pete's to sponsor
sponsor.
us.
Oh yeah.
Pete's,
Oh,
Pete's.
By the way, I'm glad that we're finally back after a few weeks. It's brought to you by Olive Garden. When you're here, you would rather be anywhere else.
When you're here, you're spending $10 a plate. That's as much as eating anywhere else.
True story.
It was great. I went to Denny's. I've never had bad service at Denny's. Never. Until the other
Like,
day.
I mean, it's gross, but it's good service.
I've never had bad service before. And so, like, I mean, it's food. generic.
It's food.
Eggs
I mean,
and-
food.
It's not literally cardboard, but
yeah, it's food.
So I go there and I actually, for the first time ever, get horrible room service. Like,
Damn, you're at Denny's. Like, you should be happy I'm here.
no, it was like it was so bad. They weren't busy or anything. It was like they got us our coffee, and then we didn't see them for almost half an hour. Nobody ever came back to the table.
Oh my
At a Denny's?
Yeah.
Like, it takes them like 2 minutes
I know.
to cook
Yeah,
the
really.
food.
Nobody took our order either. We did nothing.
I know, right?
And so we were just like, we just left, and ended up going to Adele's, and it was the exact same amount of money for all of the food at Adele's.
And it's so much better.
It's better
Oh
quality.
my god.
And
Wow,
all of the waiter or waitresses were super friendly and
They're
helpful.
super nice there.
And they hit my 3-drink minimum refill policy. Now, policy, you start at 20 or 25% tip. If you don't refill my drink 3 times, I knock off 10%.
There you go.
Because I will always finish my drink at least 3 times.
Yeah, Adele's has really stepped it up a notch, and especially if you go late night, they have a really good
The happy hour
menu.
They do
And
it in
it's
the
like,
afternoon now.
You
too.
got
very
like crazy amounts of food for like nothing.
our new sponsor,
So I
Adele.
guess Adele's is our
Adele's.
like actual sponsor. Like,
Yeah,
just
Or
like,
we would wish. Maybe we're sponsoring them now.
yeah, we're
Alright.
pretty much.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so
That's okay.
What
We
does
like to support
Presto
all
have
the
to say
businesses.
about the divvying of loot?
Yeah, it's good
Well,
on Presto.
I have a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of, but I definitely wanted to keep. Damn it, what was
The
it?
magic lens?
The magic lens. That's right.
Yeah, because that seems super cool. Like,
yeah,
you need to get an
sounded
arcana
really
check on
awesome.
that.
So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely. Earthquake! Oh, jeez.
Earthquake!
That's why, because things are happening.
I'm going to assume this audio is still working.
Ah,
because
guys,
everything
you
we've
can't
ever
see
had-
it, but we're rocking everywhere.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna sit here.
Lauren, you're not hamming it up enough.
No.
Somehow she's resisting the turbulence.
Ah.
She's resisting the turbulence since she's a Vulcan or something. I don't know. Fuck it.
Stop,
Whoa.
I'm stopping up here, alright? I actually used that on somebody the other day. Somebody was not being
Hey,
logical, and I'm
what's
like,
going on?
you gotta Spock up. You really have to. She's like, yeah, you're right. You can Spock too.
I don't know if you can
we're
hear us,
in the middle of
Slash,
the game and everything like that,
but
um,
we're sorta here.
oh yeah, no, I know. No, I'm still. I'm just letting you know that we're still doing like.
We don't know what's going on.
Talk and still be quiet.
Everything's
So.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Thanks, Slash.
Sure. Yeah, I'll come out in just a second here, but
Okay.
I think that's for
what I
Peter.
was gonna do. Or it's for me.
Alright, I'll
Mine.
see you in a second.
Peter, that's for you.
Wait, that's for me? I didn't.
I thought you wanted one.
No, I was trying to tell you. I was like, I don't want it. I don't.
Oh,
want
you don't want it?
coffee.
Okay,
I don't want it.
I'll take that one then. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Alright, that's
let
a
me go
deal.
ahead and do. We'll get the
Thanks,
cam
though,
back
dude.
up
That's,
It's good
I
coffee.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, totally.
For
Man.
some reason, it cut out my phone
There's
too.
always
That's
more.
really weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's because Reflector was being stupid, so I had to quit the whole program.
Oh.
We'll get it back.
Well,
up
that
in a
makes
second,
sense.
though. Keep
It's okay. On the plus side, we started like 20 minutes early, so
Yeah, I was
we're
about
still
to
ahead of
say.
schedule.
Well, we had a lot of
Tech
sponsors
is
to
always
cover
tough,
today.
right? Yeah, we
so-
did. We
Gotta shake out the sillies. Shake out the sillies.
Okay,
We're like
I
an
want to get
NASCAR
rid
team now.
of.
This is like brought to you by Doritos, brought to you by Gatorade, MLG, Illuminati confirmed.
Drink verification can.
Are
Have you guys
That's my
read
notepad.
that?
That's my notepad.
I'm just taking a while.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have a notepad. Thank you. But
notepads.
well,
I need to
I
buy
don't
more
know.
actually.
that's fine. I'll,
I know. It's.
We'll
I'm just.
put
I'm just.
more
I'm
money
just
into it.
playing with you.
but what was it? Dang it! Oh right, look it up if you haven't seen it. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me. You should look it up. It's called Drink Verification Can. You will find it and you will laugh yourself to death because it's about the future of video games and advertising. It's just it
Sounds good.
basically think I want to turn my Xbox on. Oh, you have to drink a Mountain Dew verification can to turn it on. Think that, and then it just gets worse. It's amazing.
good.
It's hilarious.
Well, this game
Everybody
is
should look it up.
sponsored by Applebee's. You have to present your Applebee's receipt.
Buy a $100 gift card at Applebee's to access this.
I wish we could do like one session one stream of D&D where we play it like a Call of Duty video. We're just like, and you got a crit. Like air horns are going off and Jet Li's over there dancing around and all these explosions come on the screen and Illuminati confirmed signs spin around and Doritos and shit. It's just making the most obscene horrible video.
Slash said the video came back, but it's pausing every now and then. So
Dun, dun,
Pause it.
dun.
Okay, I'll need to take
Dramatic.
black mask.
might have to restart
Well,
the stream.
we might have to start on time.
Actually,
here-
when we tried to start early.
We did start
Everything
early, we
on
just
this
started-
that's below the
Tentacles,
magical
yeah.
gem enclosure,
Tentacles happen.
except for the sword and the 2 small crystals. Everything else goes.
Cool.
Damn, you wrote all that down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh yeah, you
It's all-
guys.
it's all
super
John
They took
and
an
everything.
inventory.
We took
They took an
everything.
inventory.
Yeah.
Which is good because I didn't.
Yeah.
Here,
Start
Darby,
saying
how about I
stuff.
just... Darby, it's all worth
Basketball.
10 million gold.
Damn it! That's okay. I'll just increase the percentage that they're being taken for.
If they hadn't taken inventory, then you could just say
Now the Thieves Guild roll level 99.
you open up the bag and you find a whole bunch of rat turds. You stole rat turds.
So wait,
Why
okay,
would I steal this?
where are we right now again?
We're
we're
with the constables.
currently
the
in-
town, right?
Yeah,
Hold on. Dragon something.
and we're only there for this one night that we did.
No, we were here for 3 days total.
Yeah, and this is
2
the last
nights.
night,
Yeah, this is the last night. We leave
Which is
first
when
thing in
it's-
the morning, pretty much.
which is when everything went down, of course.
This is my sworn enemy now.
Kathy!
Kathy the devil.
In the town of Daggerford.
Kathy
Dagger,
come
not
back.
dragon.
Damn it, Daggerford.
Well, you had stopped at a place called Dragon something.
I know Kathy's gonna come back now. Kathy's going to kill
Huh?
You had stopped in Dragon.
Nemia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's gonna be great. Well, because she's gonna be like epic level demon. Kathy's a demon.
Kathy is
Kathy.
His
But now
name-
he's a
the
recurring.
beginning of his
Now
name
he's
is
the
Kathy.
recurring villain. I mean, he specifically said he's like, I'm a recurring villain.
I'm hoping Kathy's dead.
He's a devil. He just went back to the devil realm.
Oh, you're
He
right.
just he said like, I'm coming back, fucker. I'm a devil. I
In
don't
the
die
second
like
movie.
you. You do die. I don't.
That's what's gonna happen at the very end, like right before your death. It's just right in front of you. Kathy's gonna appear. Like,
He's gonna appear
like
the
kill
angel
steal.
of death. Yeah.
It's like dying of old age. Like now, old age takes me, or does it? Kill, steal.
Death's like, hey, come on, man.
Kill, steal, get wrecked.
Then he teabags your body.
A bunch of devils are blowing air horns and stuff.
Anyways.
Yeah.
See what MOBAs do to you? Don't play them.
No, do play them. They're free cast.
Yeah, they are fun.
They're fun.
What?
That's the
Well,
game type.
MOBAs.
Oh,
I
no.
never
Massive
had fun.
online battle arena.
Oh, okay.
I never had fun with any of them until this. It's just fun. Heroes of the Storm is just a fun game.
Yeah, I tried the League of Legends and I hated it.
It's
League, you have to play with friends. I mean, like that, or you have to be able to completely ignore people trash talking.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, for me, it started in Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, all the custom maps. That's where it started.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's, and
that
I
was
even
fun.
play, I actually, to be honest, I didn't even play Dota in that much, because I didn't like Dota in that one that much. I liked a lot of the other custom ones that they made.
Yeah, I did play those custom ones when they first came out. Like those were fun. I was like, okay, cool. This is an interesting, fun idea. And then when it actually became their own games, I was like, nope.
Yeah,
Just-
Dota was alright, but they were just random characters.
This is fun. It's streamlined, simplified. It's. I mean, you know, it's still beta, so they're still working on it.
The stream completely
Yeah.
dead now.
Slash, it says it's dead.
Dun dun dun.
Then you can't see me devour a cookie anymore.
Oh.
Our tech man is
Dead.
he's dead
Oh.
for the moment. He's
Gargoyle.
temporarily dead.
Gargoyle! Help us,
Gargoyle.
Gargoyle!
Yeah, the question is, what is Gargoyle
Gargoyle.
doing? He's standing in the cart.
He's sitting there. Stone.
being Gargoyle.
Do gargoyles have a loyalty debt where if I can free him, he'll serve me in some future past or future tense, like give me a wish?
Yeah, I think
Very-
he'll kill you. I think instead he has a.
He's not even just evil. He's very evil.
Oh.
Is he
okay.
like not even lawful evil? He's just.
No, he's
Yeah, it's-
chaotic evil.
Okay.
Oh, horrible!
Pretty much.
He will kill the shit out of you.
Thanks for freeing me.
Chaotic evil, you only have to hope that there's like some way for it to be funny for you to live. Like, hope he has a sense of humor. Like, but maybe it would be more hilarious if I didn't kill you. Yeah, that would be funny. I agree. What if you killed everyone around me and made me feel really bad?
Why, that sounds like Dead Man Wonderland. Great anime. Totally macabre.
Geez, sounds like it.
Yeah, it's you get to watch people melt in acid. It's pretty
Jesus
That's
Christ.
fun. Good times.
great. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
People start using their blood as weapons. It's fantastic.
Nice, like that water alchemist and
And Full Metal,
one
yeah.
episode of-
The very
we
first
still
episode.
need to watch the rest of that.
Yeah, when we should do that.
Brotherhood?
Yeah.
Being
he
inseparable.
So good. I've seen it. I watched
He
the whole
hasn't seen
thing
it.
twice already.
hasn't seen it. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times because I showed it to so many people.
Yeah, and we were watching it together and we saw. Well, did we see?
We got
about
about halfway.
Half of it?
We got about
Okay.
halfway, yeah.
Half of it. That's how I was able to share that that horrible picture where it was the little girl and the dog and it says being inseparable.
God.
just girly things.
Nina and her dog.
Oh god.
Horrible.
No, like I really liked Brotherhood. It sticks
Aw.
with the manga.
Zlash's level 1 warlock died to a gargoyle right before he got to level 2.
He told us about that.
So
Yeah,
sad.
he told us about that during the. Yeah, that was.
Beginning
That's not
when we were all
hilarious.
dying.
Gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
Oh. So
It's
what's
alright.
What's going
Come
on
back
right
as a gargoyle slayer. It's like a dragon slayer, but specializing in gargoyles.
That'd be kind of rad.
now? Hey,
Just like, yeah,
You
always,
walk over
always
with a
carry a
hammer.
pickaxe. Always have a pickaxe and some chiseling tools. Whenever you encounter a gargoyle that's like not an actual gargoyle, he's still just
Yes.
like, I'm just gonna break the shit out of this. Just, don't worry, guys, you never know. Just break off its head. You never know.
I had a party at one point that always cut the left foot off of every enemy they killed in case they ever wanted to. Somebody ever wanted to resurrect them as skeletons.
that's smart.
It's interesting.
Well, I was just after a while, I'm just like, you guys are still carrying around a bag of left feet. Like,
They
at no
were-
point do they ever
they
do
took
they
them
ever go,
away.
I throw away the feet.
Yeah, they never did.
That's
how
the good
dumb.
point is you let them slide for a bit, and then you do like the most important charisma check of their life, and you go, you failed, and like obviously they roll 20. It's like, well, you're carrying around a bunch of dead feet. Like it smells really
Running.
bad. Like no one's gonna want to listen to you.
Oh, like when Skeeve cut off that Minotaur dick, and then you're like, it's still in there. Like, yep, really grody. Like, I'm gonna pull it out. Like, ew, that's a rotting dick. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna wave it around.
Got
Alright,
maggots.
I think I'm gonna run to the restroom while we're still waiting.
Yeah, I actually
On that note,
I'll be back.
I ran a mini session for the kids I was at, or I was coming for at another club because it's super tiny. So I ran like a basic simplistic game where I just had them roll, and they had to get into an encampment, right? And so they had like 2 vulnerable points which they were able to find other than the main entrance. They decided to get in but try to distract the guards, like to get them to leave and move out of like positions so they can sneak in.
sounds
Good
a lot
idea.
more complex than I expected.
That was them.
Yeah.
That was all of them.
Yeah, it was
Like,
great.
it was great, and they were young kids for the most part. There was one older kid, but so they were like, "Oh, like we want to radio and talk to each other," because they were like, on 2 separate sides. And I was like, "Well, you can't do that, but try to think about some other clever ways." Like, so I didn't tell them like special abilities they had. I wanted them to be creative about it. And so they kept thinking and thinking. So they didn't think like, "Oh, can I like whisper if I'm a magic person, like super quietly, like as a real spell as we have in D&D?" Like, "Oh, let's just do smoke signals and like we'll communicate with each other." I'm like, "Okay." So they do some smoke signals and they communicate. I'm like, "It's fine," but they forgot to put out the fire. And so they went into the encampment and then they're like, "Fire!" And then they're like, "Oh shit, like shit's gone bad." And they're all running around, jumping in camps and stuff. It's just, you make your, every
That
little
sounds
thing, it matters.
And then you had rocks fall and just killed them all.
Pretty much.
Man, the volcano erupts. What volcano? The volcano you guys were standing on.
They
I
were-
mentioned that while you were on a volcano, by the way. You're all dead.
They were like super stealthy around like we were, for our mission, and eventually they got caught, but they were in the middle of the encampment. One of them got killed. They're like, because they were all fighting with basic like arrows and stuff, like, and it was funny because like they have magic, so why can't they have magic? And so all of a sudden one of the guys just like magic, 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 and they started like, wait, why does he have magic? I was like, I never said he didn't have magic. Why can't he have magic?
Well, that's.
We all have magic. You gotta think weapons or magic.
Yeah, and he didn't have any weapons. He didn't fire anything. He was just throwing up because he got sick because they made him poisoned.
What? Man, and then he somehow, wow.
He recovered.
Hardcore wizard managed to recover. Instead of just going, I'm just going to take a nap, you guys.
Training of the mind.
No, they poisoned him, so he was like barfing.
Yeah,
and then he stabilized.
I would have just taken a nap at that point. Like, you guys got this covered, probably.
No, everyone else got murdered around
Deal
him.
with these adventurers. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm going to take a nap. Just sleep this off.
Damn it, Joel.
Yeah. Damn it, Joel!
Well, yeah, we apologize. It's a bit of a slow start. Starting back up, we have to kind of crank it some more.
We need more gas. More
Not
RPG
flooded.
systems, though. Tabletop did one recently, which is the one I told you about, which
That
is
sounds
Dread. It's based off of no dice rolls. All you need is a Jenga tower. The
Oh, yeah.
tower itself represents like the oncoming Dread, given the title for the story.
Uh-huh.
And it's all run on horror-based stories, so either sci-fi horror, like hack and slash horror, suspense horror, and that's what the tower represents because it's supposed to represent the overarching arc for the characters as they go further and further in the story. Usually, the deaths happen near more the end of the story, so as the tower gets harder and harder to pull, to do like the basic checks of like, oh, I want to see like, is there somebody nearby? Like, I want to listen more carefully. It's like, well, pull from the tower. And you know, you pull and you pull and you do all these different checks, and it gets harder and harder and harder, obviously, because it's a Jenga tower. So as you get to that final arc, eventually, like with the confrontation and the stuff like that, that's where you lead to like someone eventually pulls the tower and it probably collapses and they die.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like we need to make a Pen the Pig based role playing game.
Ooh, I like this.
Where you have to pen pigs to. I was looking.
That game was really complicated. I don't think you can do that. It's super complicated.
Oh yeah, our complex version of Pen the Pig, where we had pig battles and they
Pigs eating pigs.
Oh, no, I
Roll for
missed
pig.
that
Oh, yeah, you
Roll for
missed it.
I was driving,
I know.
but I mean, I was watching it while I was like, you know, in between wineries.
We
but-
made Pen
It's
the
so
Pig a
good.
game.
Yeah, we were like playing it for like 2 seconds and it just got too boring. And then like Darby's like, "What if we add like dice to it? And, like have the pigs like run around?" And like, "Oh man, like we actually have to pen the pig." And we just like made it way more
So wait-
complex. Or it's like,
Oh, so it's not actually like that.
no, it's not.
No.
at all.
Okay.
It's basically that game where you're just trying to make a square with lines. Like that's it. And
That's nice.
the pigs are not like the pigs are only just like a graphical representation. They're like, I made a square. Like that's it. That's
That's how you mark your points.
yeah. It's literally it. So we're,
I like
and
the chasing around the pig.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like and those things where you spin and a pig appears. That's just like in the base game. You skip your turn. It's really boring. You just like you place a fence, or you place 2 fences, or you skip your turn. That's
Okay.
literally it, and you
It's
just
a good
spin the
game.
thing over and over. So it's like it's for like 2-year-olds. So we're just
Oh,
like,
okay.
no, man. Okay, when you roll the pig, you get to place a pig, but then it's gonna run around in 8 random directions, and if they fight each other, then you have to have a roll off with d6s. Like,
Good times. I like that roll off with d6s.
yeah, and so and you know the pigs fight, and one of the pigs is knocked away and stuff. It was
Yeah.
much more realistic.
Yes. And more
For penning
interesting.
pigs, if you were placing fences to pen your pig. I don't know.
If you were carrying around fences and running around and trying to,
Get that pig!
instead of just, I don't know, throwing a rope on them or
Yeah.
hitting them over the head with a club.
Or already having an enclosure because you're ostensibly a farmer, like with all this farm equipment nearby, like why?
So Slash, the group he's DMing for just finished episode 3 of Horde of the Dragon Queen, and they're about to start the long road trip episode where we've been stuck forever.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you guys would stop going on side quests,
Well, you
It's
put them
fine.
right
yeah,
there.
you guys are
You
looking
do
for
it.
them.
You're putting them right there, with the exception of Guy in the road with his head out. That we just
Oh,
completely
just-
ignore. We're just like,
Whatever.
not my problem. Like, okay.
But he also said, since they just made level 4, he's letting them retcon one last time for free, and a couple are making warlocks now. One was from his actions from the last game, because he got really dark in seeking his vengeance against Mondath and others within the cult.
Oh, Mondath.
Awesome.
And I just made friends with her. Well, hey, Mondath.
You know what? You guys sound like you're right. Can I be your friend?
Well, I mean, that NPC
You guys
said a
seem
pretty
cool.
good story, so...
I want to.
So,
Did they find the eggs?
Where is Joel?
Oh yeah, the eggs we never went to.
You only knew about the eggs.
Yeah, and just never even saw him. I just saw him go over to the other room, then come back.
You saw them eventually.
Is the eggs? Does it end up being like a Leroy Jenkins encounter where if like somebody just runs through, they all start spawning? Like, oh god, stick to the plan, you guys. Oh, there's more dragon spawning. Oh no.
That's right. There was a post. I think I saw it today. It's officially the 10-year anniversary of Leroy Jenkins.
Oh really? Nice.
That or yesterday. It was a couple. You know.
I think it was a couple days.
Yeah.
ago, but
The official 10-year anniversary of when that first happened.
Did you know? So they brought back Leroy for the latest expansion of WoW, and they actually brought in the guy who was from that video to do his voice. It's that guy.
That's
and
awesome.
he has hilarious lines where he's like, "I feel like I've been down for 8 years," and he's like, "But now I remember you guys are my pals for life, and we're going to find my devout shoulders. And you have the perfect plan, which I will enact with surgical accuracy. But first, I'm going to cook this chicken that's in my bag that is most certainly not spoiled by now." Like, that's his actual line. And then he starts cooking chicken, and you have to quickly clear the instance before he runs in and just pulls everything and dies.
Really?
Yeah, because once he's done with chicken, he says,
wow.
"Leroy!" And he just runs through the entire instance, and he just gets killed. And then and all the mobs go on you and kill you.
Oh, that's nice.
awesome.
It's awesome, actually, yeah.
So you just have to quickly clear, and he just sets down a timer where he's just like, "I'm just gonna cook this chicken. It'll take me a few minutes," and then just a few minutes pop up, and you're like, "Oh shit!" You just have to pull everything and just keep going.
Slash answered your question, Darwin. He said they found 2 of the eggs. By then they had 3 encounters back to back, and they were just ready to be out of there.
Yeah, there's a lot of encounters in there.
We're
It's,
supposed to find
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay.
You guys are
Eggs.
supposed to
The eggs,
kill
yeah.
kill all the enemies and get
Yeah.
the eggs.
What were we supposed to do with
That
the
did
eggs?
not
Were we gonna
happen.
kill the eggs?
Mm-hmm.
I can't kill baby.
No, we were
dragons.
told to
You could
explore.
raise-
We were
you
told
could
to
raise
go in there
baby
and
dragons.
find what they were
Exactly.
doing.
How to train
And we didn't
Dragon
even do
riders,
that.
Come on.
We were told to go find what they were doing. We didn't even do that.
Yeah,
No.
we didn't.
We were failing at
We
everything.
totally failed, and then one of your party members even joined them. This is like the
Uber
ultimate
fail.
fail.
Yeah.
It's like as fail as you can get.
Welcome to the
You
family.
killed a lot of kobolds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kill kobolds.
There you go. Big whoop.
Okay, well, what do you want to do with Joel's not
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Where'd
you're
he
just gonna have to
go?
move through.
Oh,
So we'll.
here.
So we'll say that Presto's with you, and yeah, now are you gonna go and like go to the Thieves Guild?
I
and,
mugged
like, talk
Presto.
Okay, he's been mugged.
I critted. No.
Success.
He went to Changeo again. He's
Yeah.
looking through Changeo, and he just went.
He's stroked out.
Yeah, why don't we just say he's following you, and you can do what you want. So do you want to go to the Thieves Guild or something, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're going in and turning daily quests.
Yeah. Yeah, turn in. The Thieves
So you get
Guild
back
has
to the
question
guild.
marks over their head.
And
Yeah.
Just
What's
lay out
my
the-
hit points at? I was at 0.
You're
last
at
day.
4. Well, you'll be full at the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just, we're resting, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay, so
it's
I just,
unlikely you'll be in another encounter.
okay.
Okay.
Before we travel. So,
That's
I mean,
That's
he
good.
specifically
That's
told me
good.
not to turn in the silver-plated long sword,
The clerics healed you up to full. There we go.
Okay, cool. Thanks, DM.
and
You're the best.
whatever the eye monocle is, but everything else like was just like thrown into a sack and like
Okay, spread it on the table.
yeah, lay it out, start pricing it.
Okay, so they, after going through everything, they're going to offer you about 10% of the total value.
Wow, short
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Uh,
Among thieves.
But are they also still throwing in that fake ID for Presto?
yeah, that's
They
what.
are.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
we
cool.
wanted both of them. We both requested
Okay,
it. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, fake
So they're gonna
ID.
throw in the fake IDs too.
Well, since
Okay.
Joel's now not at the table, that means
Yep.
you get first dibs, don't you?
That's right. You get to pick your name.
Yeah.
first.
Who were the names?
Figured, did they have 4 of them?
There was 4. There were 4 people.
There's Lord Paranold, Lord Farstrider, Lord Stirring, and Lord Halden.
Hmm.
Or I guess it would be Lady Farstrider or whatever.
Yeah,
It's be Lady Farstrider. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. They just doctor it a little bit.
Farstrider.
Lardy. they flub the doctoring. And
Yeah,
it's
I mean we'll take the.
Lar-
10, I mean because we're
Lardy
trading too for
Farstrider.
those two, so yeah, we'll take the 10%. Like we're not gonna argue about price.
All right.
I mean, we'll figure out. I'm guessing the total later.
Yeah,
I have it all written down.
I think all of their values.
Yeah, Joel has all his written down, and I have all mine written down. We just have to add up a total, which is probably going to come up to.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, even 10% of it is a huge haul.
We'll give you many money.
It'll probably be like 100 gold
Sold.
apiece, somewhere around there.
Should be more than that.
Because I have a lot of 50 gold pieces, like 50, 25, 100, 25, 25.
Well, a lot of the stuff that came in 50s was like groups of like 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
didn't tell us. You didn't tell us like numbers from. You just said I have like. Oh yeah, 6 gone.
No,
there
no,
we go.
yeah, he told
6
you the
carrots. Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
So 600. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you got a
I mean,
decent pull. You got a
basically
decent pull.
every roll came off of a dragon horde table.
Yeah.
Nice.
So every roll had a chance to be something. That'd be a lot of money.
Damn, they were loaded.
Yeah, I didn't get the ones that well. I think Joel
Money
got
in
more.
those caravans.
At Caravan, I bet it's a non-profit for like orphanages
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't care.
Like you give shit, yeah.
No, if it was an orphanage, I'd care. That would hit home.
They can fight to survive. They should pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. You're one of those hardcore conservatives. It's like, well, I did it. Everyone else should do it.
I did it with nothing but my wits and daddy's fortune.
I turned a measly $1 million into several $1 million.
You can do the same.
All it took was entrusting my money to an investment.
So we'll just say it's all wiped out, and we'll add it later. Does that work?
Money?
All right.
Okay.
You have money. Yay!
Woo! It's because I was almost broke.
All
Gotta
right.
pay for the food.
Okay.
More soup.
So, I figure after we're resting, we're probably going to head back to the caravan.
Yeah.
After getting questioned and...
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are there for a few hours, and they're just kind of going over everything. The magistrate shows up and sort of taking official statements.
And we went by the church, right? When we had the church.
Yeah,
so
you
I
guys are
tried
actually
saying
being
to them,
questioned at
like,
the church.
"I did."
I'll hear it in a second.
You mentioned that cult. Solved.
Was it?
I know we love pauses, but this is actually a really great one for Slash too. So after the reason for the whole thing too was so the character had also got super dark by cutting into Mondas's corpse, looking for hidden stuff inside of her. So he did a percentage chance roll check, and he actually succeeded.
So they killed Mondath. Okay.
Wow.
All
Are we
right.
supposed to kill her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, did you use her super OP spell?
My hold?
No.
Oh.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all-
you
that's all
mentioned
it
like
took.
she has even worse.
That's all it
yeah.
took with us. It was just
I
hold.
forget what it's called now. I don't have the PHB over here at the moment. I'll look it up really quickly. This is stupid.
Oh, here's one.
He's
It's
got it.
Sorry.
Spirit Guardians. Spirit Guardians is stupid. At that level, it's like you're taking like 2d8 damage around. No save,
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, you mentioned that. Oh my god, yeah, it sounded horrible. Like I'm glad we didn't get in
Yeah,
fight.
it was
Yeah.
like stupid.
Well, we have to kill her outright. She's just a wizard, man.
Yeah.
But he found
Cleric.
something inside of her body that's gross.
Still, not a ton of hit points. You surprise attack. That's one round before her. She gets, and then
Let's see.
1-on-1. It's not hard. You just got to do it before.
Maybe unless she
44
gets
hit points.
unless
Oh.
okay, so like maybe, but like
That's
full
not bad.
person, full
Compared to-
person.
I can
she's
almost
like
do
not-
half of that myself.
Yeah, it's just like
So-
old.
Yeah, it's like as long as your spells don't hit, then
Yeah. Old person is your bane.
okay.
Okay.
So we're talking to those people and everything's.
She
Yeah,
did use Spirit Guardians and Sanctuary.
Wow.
Wow.
Guess you have good players.
We're just bad.
Yeah,
we
we're
are
just
just
not good.
really bad.
Not good.
We're not a good team.
Also, I feel like this
We're getting better.
this adventure is actually designed for 5 players. Like the more I look at
Oh.
the difficulty curve, the more it feels like it's made for 5 people.
Yeah, it has felt like we're kind of like up against kind of stacked odds, which is still fine because we're also playing.
It's
I
more
mean,
interesting.
we've been at least like now it seems like kind of getting it down, but like especially at the beginning we were kind of joke characters. I mean,
Mhm.
kind of silly.
Yeah.
My poor gnome.
Like in Czech was just a joke character, like he's still not good. Like,
Well, I mean, they all were Riley, Presto, and like they're all silly, fun, out there characters. Yours was the only serious character at that point.
and she was the one getting all the headshots until she was
Until
killed
I
by
was
rats.
murdered.
She has massive attack bonuses.
Oh,
Okay.
I missed that ranger.
Yeah.
Okay, I played her twice. Let's go.
So I guess we return to
Yeah.
the camp.
You return to camp. You meet up with your roguish ruffian buddies.
Jahala's probably going to
there's-
tell everybody how much of a badass Nithya was.
Yeah.
Hi, Presto.
Preston's
Where did
brooding
he go?
darkly.
Brooding darkness.
He's upset that he failed the mission.
There's a lot of
That's when you go, what mission?
He's busy studying his new identity of whatever he chose.
there's a lot of commotion at the cultist camp. It's hard to tell what's going on, but there's a lot of activity.
What's up with them? Are they doing cult stuff?
You know what? I really, after everything that we just went through today, I really don't care. Just let them do their own stuff.
Why
Yes.
are they doing cult stuff?
What?
They're freaking out over there. Are they doing cult stuff?
I'm flipping through my dollar bills. Oh, what?
You can't be
Make it
honest
rain!
about it.
Make it rain!
Are they doing cult stuff?
Oh, yeah, totally. Evil. Bad people.
We found a cult too, but it wasn't. It was a different cult. They're dead now.
They're all dead. I almost died. For what?
You did a good job.
I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I just got stabbed.
It was valiantly for Palor.
I'm just gonna, like, stare at them very perplexed. Like, why? And then just...
I think Palor is actually real.
Palor works in mysterious
Yeah,
ways,
well-
Maya. What did you do with your blessed day?
took a nap.
I'm never gonna say that again.
Cool.
That's
That's
that.
nice. Oh! Look out for a guy covered in spikes named Kathy. I think he doesn't like me anymore.
I thought you took care of him.
Well, devils don't die.
Oh.
He's a
You're
devil?
right. Yeah.
He's a devil, and I can't remember. What do you remember? He had a
Why
weird
were
name.
you fighting devils?
I called him Cat. It's a
Palor
long
works
story.
in mysterious ways, and I went to church like I do, and I was praying at church, and I met a cool cleric there, brother of Palor, and he was like, "Hey, there's a cult here that worships devils." And then I went outside and I said to Jahala, "Hey, Jahala, there's devils here." And there's people worshiping devils. Isn't that bad? And Jahala's like, "I'm looking for devils too for some reason." And she didn't really say what, but I didn't really
Why
care.
are you guys looking for trouble?
It was my fault. It wasn't. It was not Nemia's fault. It was my fault.
But why are you looking for trouble?
I was looking
Well,
for
then I
information.
found a cult, and they were summoning devils, and they also had this guy in manacles, so of course I had to do the good work of Palor, and we killed all of them.
She killed all of them. I did nothing. Like I said, I just got stabbed. I was just looking for information, and I thought I was going to find it there, and I was mistaken.
With the
and
devils?
We almost.
We
No.
learned a lot about devil
We
stuff.
Didn't, we not really.
I mean, so they're mean.
Yes,
They have weird names. They're covered in spikes,
some of them.
and I can kill them.
She
Sort of.
really can.
Yeah. Grandpa told you, but that
I
was a
tried
challenge level 5 monster. Technically 2 of them.
I
I tried
nerf protection from me.
I tried kicking one, and it was like kicking a wall. Did nothing. She killed both of them. 2 devils by herself.
They had crazy tails. Kathy was like, we called him Kathy because he had a weird name. He was like, Kathy blah blah.
So it was Kathy.
And he had a tail, and he was like, wow.
I can't believe this person just killed 2 devils, right? And
He had fireballs, and he was like,
how is this possible?
and I was like, payload protects, and I was like,
Would have been nice to have help. Actually, no, I don't think she needed it.
She's just
it
doing
was
her
so,
own thing.
it was so cool, man. But I'm glad you had a nap. That's nice.
That is nice. That would have been nice. I'm sorry, Nemia.
You kind of took a nap when they knocked you unconscious.
When I got stabbed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I just... Don't go looking around for trouble. We have enough following these cultists.
I was
I've
just
had
trying to
enough
find-
for one day.
Womp womp. No, I was just sitting.
Roll credits. Freeze frame.
No, it's. I won't try something like that again. And I feel very bad that I ever have to roped you into that, Nimia.
What were you looking for, Jahala?
It's a long story.
Well, now I'm asking for the story, I guess. I mean,
A long story.
Could you
I'm
summarize?
not sure. It's a long story. I'm not sure if I want to speak on it.
say no more,
Thank you.
And then
except for the story.
Maya's just gonna go, typical women.
What?
We're
Oh,
all
I see. That's why Presto's quiet. You mentioned shoes.
He's just tuned out.
Shoes. Shoes. Shoes.
Okay,
He's
it's
just
really
tuned
not.
out and like reading his spell book. He's like, told you that bitch was crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I told me. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, tell me more.
It
Oh,
is
yeah, I know.
nighttime, right? It's nighttime, right? Yeah. Maybe we should just get some rest and head out with the caravan in the morning. It is going to be a long day of walking tomorrow.
I agree.
Okay.
Come on, Evergreen.
Walking.
Because you're
Why are you
still
walking?
here.
Or, yeah, caravan.
Riding.
Yeah.
Caravanning.
Hey, I walk sometimes too. There is a horse as well.
I forget, which horse did you take?
I can't remember anymore.
No, Varsuvius is the one that's all messed up. My lame horse. I forgot.
That's
Yeah.
right, you
Did
bought
he-
the lame
I'm
horse.
gonna go with
Did Bob
Evergreen and
die?
Varsuvius. I think you have Bob.
I do have Bob because I have Bob the horse written down.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're riding Bob the
horse.
horse. I still have Sparkle and Sunshine and Varsuvius and Evergreen.
Okay.
I'm gonna be riding
You and
Evergreen.
your hooved friends.
And I'm just gonna go and rest up with the horsies and pet Varsuvius.
I hope nothing
How's
happens to Joel.
Varsuvius doing anyway? I forget. Isn't he like old and kind of messed up or something?
Vesuvius? It was just really old.
Yeah.
He wasn't like lame. It was just old.
Okay, he's just old.
Yeah.
Good old buddy.
I think he had been a really valuable horse at one time, but was just kind of out to pasture.
What a proud and noble soul. I'm gonna brush the shit out of Varsuvius.
So hard.
Yeah.
His hair pulls out as you brush him.
Varsuvius!
Are you balding?
He's so cool. Gonna make up stories about Varsuvius.
Okay. So the next day, you leave Daggerford.
Alright.
Yay!
You're alive!
And Presto wakes up.
See, you should have just said we left
Presto
Daggerford
wakes
obviously
up the next
earlier.
morning.
Sorry. What did I miss?
He's gonna
We got
transfer-
10% on
Okay, so
everything.
And you get to choose your name. Are
On
you,
what we saw, on what we took.
Although Maya took first dibs and now she's Lady Farstrider.
Lady Farstrider.
But you can be Lord Holden, Lord Paranold,
Lord Stirring.
or Lord Stirring.
Paranold.
Lord Paranold.
So that's the paperwork you got out of the deal, plus 10% of what we sold.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's cute.
How much?
We
was
have to
it?
calculate it later.
Oh, yeah, the
But it's a lot.
Kind of figured.
It's a couple hundred probably a piece.
Damn.
We told the story about the devils, and Maya said that she took a nap. That was her day.
You were brooding.
You were brooding. You were busy like reading stuff, maybe like researching your new.
Licking
new
and smelling.
Yeah, there you go. I was just taking time to study my character.
You're getting into character.
We said shoes and you stopped paying attention.
Acting.
Acting.
Alright, so.
But we're leaving now. We're leaving
we
Daggerford.
just left.
Oh, good.
Left town.
Alright. First day out of town goes by uneventfully.
I chatted up with Lyangiston. It's been too long since we
I need to sell that sword though.
Why don't you just give it to the
As
guild?
night begins to settle,
Hmm?
I need everyone
Sell.
to. Make
You know,
an
you might want
insight
to talk to him
check.
about that.
Insight check.
You might-
checks.
Start with orange.
2. That was alright.
Oh
so
god.
you're not gonna
Insight
get it
check.
from Nemi this time. That's
13.
13.
7.
14!
Wow.
We didn't.
We're
do very well.
we're
14.
great.
Yeah.
We good. We
I'm,
good. We know
I'm
things.
too busy staring at Vesuvius. Vesuvius.
So pretty.
He's so cool. He's so cool. Such a pretty horse.
God, Nemi is a horse person. She's a total horse person.
She's a brony.
If Equus was a thing, she would have been all about it.
Oh god.
Why be warrior?
So
Or why be cleric when I can raise horses?
among the various people who joined the caravan in the city, there is
several people who seem super legit because we don't have insight.
These guys seem cool, yeah.
And everybody but Nemia notices all this, by the way.
Okay.
Of course.
There was,
focused.
There was one man with a large wool cap with ear and neck flaps.
That's rad.
Very, very plain looking clothes and a big brown robe, kind of making him look like a bit like a monk.
Or Radagast the Brown.
And-
over here,
Oh, a friend. I can pick a friend.
And a gnome,
Friend.
female gnome.
Oh, really? Did you check that punk?
You notice that the gnome who recently joined the caravan shows an interest in that human, the one I mentioned earlier, who joined the caravan.
The monk?
Yeah, at the same time. And the human seems to have joined as passenger on one of the colt wagons. The gnome doesn't ever really speak to the human outright. You just sort of notice him or notice her kind of skulking around and sort of being nearby whenever the caravan stops during the day. And sort of looks kind of like she's listening to conversations. You also notice that over the course of the journey and the stops, that she's taken a bit of an interest in you guys. And she's taken a moment to speak to each of you, just kind of innocuously, general conversation.
So Nemia doesn't notice any of this. What does she say? What does she say to Nemia while she's petting Vesuvius?
Yeah, that's a nice horse you got there.
He's the best horse. He's fought dragons before, I bet. His name's Vesuvius. Vesuvius the Great. Isn't that right, Vesuvius?
Nay.
See? By the way, that's canon now. Like, he doesn't actually, make horse noises.
He just
He just sounds, oddly human. Nay. Oh, so cool.
This guy's the best.
Okay, so we get talked to by the little gnome.
It's an innocuous conversation. Nothing.
What's
nothing that
your
seems
name?
Suspicious. You just notice that she seems oddly interested in being around and listening.
Do you like horses too?
Can I do an insight?
No.
No. Well, never mind.
That's good enough.
Can I do a
What's your
religion check
name?
on the monk?
Yeah, go ahead and make a religion check.
See if he matches the cultists or anyone that might be affiliated with the dragon. 11.
You don't notice anything significant about him. Seems to be wearing fairly generic clothing.
Can I do
What's
an
your
insight?
name, miss?
A what?
Insight on the monk?
Sure.
I'm trying to have a convo with the gnome over here.
I know.
Hello?
Just be interesting and then see another monk.
How do you know he's a
15.
monk?
He looks like a monk.
He
That's
just has
fine.
brown
What was
clothes.
it, 15 insight? Oh no, actually, 15.
Well, you're pretty sure he's not a monk.
Okay, he is not a monk.
Doesn't
having
doesn't
random
move like a
clothes.
monk. Doesn't seem to have any of the
I'm up.
behaviors like a monk.
Yeah, that was racist of you.
He kind of looks stressed.
Oh, he just looks like a monk, doesn't he?
She says her
Okay.
name is Gemina.
Gemina? That's a nice
Pretty
name.
close to yours.
And she kind of wanders off.
Bye. Vesuvius, did you like Gemina?
Nay.
Look, yeah, Vesuvius. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on him in every fight. Vesuvius is gonna
He's
survive
such a
this
negative horse,
campaign.
though.
Yeah, I know. This is hella.
He's unwilling. He
shit.
denies the sanctuary because he's unwilling.
That's right.
This is fucking the shit.
So you guys make it through several days completely uneventfully.
Woo!
Woo, Vesuvius.
On the morning of the fourth day, Gemina approaches you guys as you're sitting down eating your morning meal.
Hi, Gemina.
She kind of looks around
Hi,
and
Gemina.
she grabs your bowl of oatmeal
That,
and takes
Throws
a
it in
knife
your
and
face.
starts dipping and then lifts out this tiny bead with the tip of her knife.
hey, oatmeal treasure.
This is called. This is a bone sliver.
What?
It's curled into a circle so that when you swallow it in a mouthful of gruel without noticing, once it's been eaten, it uncurls inside of you, exposing needle points to pierce your guts and kill you slowly. I believe they're in all of your breakfasts.
Just drop it.
I'll talk to you guys this evening.
I guess I
Walks
won't
away.
have seconds.
Can I do like an would it be insight to see if she was lying or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check my oatmeal.
That too. 9.
She doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check my
Go ahead and
oatmeal.
Make an investigation check to inspect your oatmeal.
Nat 20!
Yeah.
I find it.
Wow, really?
You find
13.
several small lumps that
I am
might be bone
plus 7 to
slivers,
my
but they might just as
investigation.
easily be oat husks, sawdust, or insect eggs.
Ew.
Also, you notice that 2 cultists do keep looking in your direction, but appear to be trying to hide their interest.
Are they trying to kill us?
Man, I wanted to eat the rest of my oatmeal.
Put it
Do
down.
you think?
Just put it down.
Do you think that was the only one in there?
Nevia, put it down.
I'm hungry.
Namia. Thank you.
So what's in the oatmeal?
Bone slivers.
It's
They're-
like you eat it and it expands into a bunch of knives in your stomach and murders you slowly.
Presto,
Jesus.
can you make magic food or something?
I
I don't understand.
No.
Why are they?
Can I actually
Man.
keep the bone sliver? And fine.
She took it.
No, the one in mine.
You didn't find anything that you were certain was a bone sliver. You just found little lumps that might be them.
Keep
You're
the
not really
lumps.
sure. You don't know what they look like.
Lovely.
I'm gonna keep one of them. Can I keep one of them?
Okay, I find it very strange that these guys are suddenly starting to try and kill us. Why now?
Well, it's nice that Gemna was nice. What if
But
Gemna
why?
put stuff in
She might be trying to make us
there? No, but
trust
she's
her.
okay with horses.
That doesn't make us person
What-
okay.
what's the name
It's
of my
been a
identity
good
again?
litmus test so far.
Lord
and
Harrenhal
didn't
was
like
like-
Yeah,
horses.
that's right.
And so did those stupid lords.
The
Oh,
lords didn't
yeah.
like horses. Actually, the changelings liked horses, so never mind. That didn't work.
Did they like horses?
They just said they did.
Yeah, but she just
She takes it at face value.
them. I mean, they said they liked horses.
So that they're okay in my book.
So later that evening, she approaches you guys again as you're encamping for the night.
Hi, Gemna.
Who are you?
She says, my name is Gemna Gleamsilver.
I've been saying
I-
that the whole time.
We don't work for the same people, but we are all on the same side. We share the belief that the cult of dragon must be stopped. I need to know what they're carrying those dragons and where they're taking it. Can you guys help me find this out sometime tonight?
I don't know anything about a cult.
I cover his mouth, like right as he.
Her.
If I get her.
You need to find out what's in their caravan?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think we can go about doing that?
Make a distraction.
We have a stealthy person.
Why do you want to know what's in there? One of
I
them
know
was
I'm
crashed-
Yeah.
quite stealthy and all,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I'm proper for the job.
Joel, pull out a flare gun. We're spies.
We're spies.
One of the caravans has crashed in the past and has poured lots and lots of treasures and such. And
Wait, what?
And they
What'd you
have
say?
a wooden
Treasures.
horse
Oh.
of mine that I can always locate.
Oh, that's good to know. Just kind of seems to be
Who do
making,
you
seems
work
to be making
for?
mental notes.
And who do you want with me?
Who do you want with me, Gemna?
I represent a group that is very interested in making sure that the cult of the dragon doesn't come to any further power.
I'd like to make
Okay.
and
an
what makes you
insight
think
check.
we're
That
doing
sounds
that?
nice.
And what? How?
Well,
how
you
would
work for the Harpers, don't you?
I'd like to make an insight check.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
Maya,
work for
we're-
anybody.
Maya, we're really obvious, aren't we? I thought I was a good spy.
Or do I have to make
We're
an
not
insight
really
check? Because I'm
spies,
just
though.
kind of
What
like
do you?
in like your intentions, her
Yeah,
intentions.
you can do an insight check.
Okay.
Gemna, I'm trying to be
Fail.
all spies.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
okay.
Non-natural
Gemma?
0.
Lady Gemma, we've been traveling with this caravan
Mouth is
really
like-
awesome.
You're just like,
and these cultists have
like,
never
what
tried
was
to
he-
harm us. Do you know why they're suddenly trying to do it?
are you in
now?
change? Yes.
Well, I know that when they were in town, they were robbed. It may have something to do with that.
But
may
we
be
didn't rob them.
They may suspect that you have something to do with it. It may be that one of them has recognized you. I know that you guys were in their encampment at one point.
We never did anything like that. We were fighting devils in town, and Maya was taking a nap, and I think Presto was reading.
Well, I mean, the encampment back in
Yes, reading.
Outside of
Green
Space.
in
Outside
insert
of Green
location.
an instant location here.
North of Green Nest,
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
direction the Green Nest.
Oh yeah, we were.
What happened?
Well, you
I think. Oh no,
You
no,
were.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about that. Okay, never mind. Like
We were.
I was never there either. Were you there?
I've been many places.
Maya wasn't there either.
That's not quite the an answer.
On the advice of my counsel, I would like to plead the Fifth Amendment.
Wait a minute,
On
guys.
the grounds that it might incriminate me.
Wait a minute, guys. We have a new addition to the party since they started attacking us. Vesuvius.
What?
See, Vesuvius is a hero. I bet he fought the dragon cult, and now they're after him. Just like they tried to kill my other horse. And they did kill my other horse. They're out to get the horses, Gemna. We have to stop them.
Nay.
That's right, Vesuvius.
So yes, we do work with the Harpers.
Oh.
We?
I do, at least.
I do.
And so does Presto.
Well, thank you very much for the information on what's in the caravan. It's good to know that they're just smuggling treasure. I may need your help to do some further investigation. I'll let you know.
Gemna, you sound like you're super cool with spy stuff. Do you know what the gargoyle's guarding?
I don't. I imagine it's some kind of trade good.
Okay, I want to pickpocket
Yes.
him. I want to pickpocket one of his trinkets that he's probably got a location on, and I want to slip it on.
Wait,
Gemna.
her, you mean?
On
Nemia?
Nemia?
Oh, well, they're still they're all
Yeah,
she.
They're all
she. Yeah.
The only male is this guy.
Okay,
I
Come
want
on.
to pickpocket.
Yeah, you know,
Charlie.
You know she's got the wooden soldier.
Yeah, I want to implant that on.
Okay, go ahead and do a pickpocket. Or-
Wait, I don't
Sorry.
have the wooden soldier anymore. I have a wooden horsey and I have a wooden marionette. But the wooden knight is now in the.
Oh,
in
okay.
the-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the wooden horse then.
But do I have to roll something?
You
against-
roll
You do a perception.
perception.
So hand.
Nat 20.
22.
So 23.
22.
This is still
Yeah,
not
I think
gonna
it's
be
just a 22, but I have. Yeah, that's it. Just probably 22.
So
Wow,
you
I
notice
actually
that
noticed.
she's plucking your wooden horse.
Nemia hugs her. Well, hey, Maya. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Maya's got a hug.
I said I just wanted a hug, but I whisper under my breath spy stuff.
Oh man, we're finally bonding. Gemma, it's so hard to bond with this one here. She's
Do a grapple check.
No, she just
attack
grappled me.
roll.
So did you plant it?
I don't know.
She just you just I don't know. Did you let her take
Did
it
you
from
let
your
her take
pocket
it?
from your?
I said
I mean,
was.
I guess she got excited about the hug, so she probably let him go. What did you take?
Now you have to do it again to try to slip it onto her person.
Yeah.
It was the horsey.
It was the horse.
And now it's gonna be the garbage roll too.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh,
roll the
there
same
you go.
thing.
Good.
What am I adding to it? Sleight of hand,
Your
right?
sleight of hand.
22 again.
Okay. So you successfully put it into her pocket, and then make a perception check.
Oh, 2, jeez.
19.
All right. She goes off on her way. And over
Wait, should we watch out for our food from now on?
so you should always watch your food.
That's a good point.
How do you know what you're eating?
Eat nothing but fresh raw vegetables.
Always trust
Only way to be safe.
Taylor.
So later in the night, you.
Well, wait, after
as
they
you're- as
walk
you're going through
away.
your trinkets.
After she walks away, I wanted to ask
Okay.
Maya. Ask Maya, why did you take? Give me back my horsey.
I don't have your horse. Well, I mean,
You actually
my-
do.
Yeah.
And a note.
What?
Wait, you
Oh.
don't have the note? Oh, that's what you're saying.
What's the note say?
Are you going to read it out loud? Or are you going to read it?
I'm gonna read it to myself first.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's not super long, right?
No, it's a short little.
Yeah, then I'll read it to myself first.
It's one that says.
F you noob.
GG.
Troll. Little noob, get wrecked. You want me?
It says it's asking you to meet her by the fur cart. It's the one run by
Rogue friends.
Acrony.
Okay.
The one run by Acrony.
Acrony.
Are you gonna say?
I won't say it outright. No. I'll return the horse to you. And I'm like, I was like,
Maya.
I got what I needed.
She never says anything.
Well, you can play with it whenever you like. You can always just ask. You can say go to work.
She totally critted both of her perception checks. She just like sees you steal the horse and then sees you put it on. And then she's like, sleight of hand. Oh, what do you know? 27.
Can't be it.
Dang.
Holy crap.
You let me know whenever you want to play with the horse. It's Gallahan.
So I was just like, sometimes I just need things without asking.
Well, okay.
But I'll be sure to ask you when it's necessary, or when I can.
You can. That sounds a little rude, Maya.
Spy stuff.
Oh, okay.
I like how that's like the code word for everything's okay. Whatever happens, it's good.
Well, okay, sleep.
Well, okay.
So I'm gonna let Presto know of the encounter and the note, and then I'm gonna go meet this person. And I want him to be in Changeo's eyes to kind of keep sight on me in case he needs to notify them. At least he needs to notify them of something bad to happen.
My illusion! Use my illusion to make lights around itself.
Earthquake.
There's my turn.
Spy stuff! Spy!
Taylor
sucks.
becomes a Pokemon.
Yeah, Chango.
Second evolution.
Changeo's evolving into
Changer.
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 I like it.
Wait, like a remote changer?
You're really. This is his mid-level. He's normally changed, then he goes to Change-O, and then his final form is Changer.
Okay, so when you get kind of to the back of the camp, you see her kind of motion you over to the side in the shadows.
What do I see? Or what does Change-O see?
You see
Okay,
him
I
get
see, yeah.
motioned.
Okay.
So her shirt. She says,
Nebula's trying to carry on a conversation with Presto, and he's just still just like, and he still looks like he's just brooding and not doing anything. He's like, so then I says to her, I like horses. She says they're okay.
He's like drooling from
so she looks at you and says, while everything I've told you is true, I'm not a member of the Harpers as your friends may suspect. I'm a member of the Zenturum.
The what?
You know the Zenturum by reputation. They're the Black Network.
Okay.
They're like the global black market of thieves.
I knew it. I knew she was gonna be with like some hardcore like criminal group that's just like they're too powerful.
We're
And she's
We're too believing. The two of
Sorry,
us.
what's her
The
name
devilish
again?
duo.
Jemba?
What they
Jemba.
say. Okay.
Gleam Silver.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
She says, we've been made well aware of your exploits, and we'd like to invite you to join our organization.
What?
Oh,
Do it.
snap.
Do it.
Your work in the town of Daggerford was especially impressive.
And I take it you have business in every town?
Oh, we have business all over. In fact, the Zenturum is one of the only ways to truly fence the finest and most expensive goods.
And why are you focused so heavily on the cultists?
Well, just as with the Harpers or the Iron Fist.
Order of the Gauntlet.
Order of the Gauntlet, yes. We too don't want to see them come into control. Actually, let me pull up their section. I'll get a little more info.
They seem pretty bad for business.
With the
Yeah,
cultists.
that's basically what it comes
It's
down
like
to.
they're bad for business.
The
Like
cultists are bad for business.
Yeah, we're part of an.
Yeah, when dragons eat treasure, then it's like,
We're
well,
part of
that's
a,
treasure that I don't get.
We're
Fuck.
part of a council that has begun warring against them as a means of stopping their attempts to conquer the world.
the cultists are surprisingly liberal, and they would actually go with a lot of socialist programs, but we're private capitalists by default. So I mean, we have to stop this before it gets popular.
This is mid-check.
So the Zenturum also
They're gonna
known
save the working class. That does sound pretty good.
Sounds good.
The Zenturum, also known as the Black Network, is a loose affiliation of merchants, mercenaries, and malefactors. Common folk know the Zenturum as the people to talk to when you need the best guards or mercenaries money can buy. And if the cargo is shady or the cause you're fighting for is questionable or even unjust, the Zenturum don't mind. Affiliation with the Zenturum can be profitable to sell swords, thieves, and rogues of every stripe. It's plausible that adventurers in your campaign.
Yeah.
Most people don't know the full extent of their goals. Can't read you any of that. However, engaging in mainstream corruption and wanting to see Tiamat ascending are two very different things. The Zenturum have no illusions about what the Dragon Queen's return would mean for their plans, for our plans. President, resource.
From earlier, Zach, wanted to remind you that the Ettercaps also liked your horses.
Yeah, delicious.
They did, but in a wrong way. Like Ed the Etten. Ettercaps, Etten, they're all bad.
Yeah, they're a group that's they're funded. They're all about profit, and they don't care too much about how to go about getting that profit. But they, at the same time,
Sounds right up
they
the alley.
understand that the cultist is a larger threat that needs to be taken down.
Yeah.
And so they're willing to work with these other groups, and so they have a seat on this council. And so that's basically. So she wants because you guys have been being sent on so many important missions. She wants you to be their representation of their interests.
Okay. So if you want us to be a representation of your interests, well, obviously the other two cannot representing the Harpers. The other one also being of the Order of the Gauntlet, which she did not reveal, but that's who she is. What do I gain from following some type of cult or allegiance or whatever you call yourself?
Well, you'll of course be
Cult of money.
a member of the Zenturum. You'll have access to all of our fine freelance marketeers, and
She also mentioned, basically, she said that you can fence the shit that you
no.
can
And
fence.
in fact,
that's a good
I'll
point.
happily
Raise my
I'll
trust.
see to it that all of those wonderful things you've been trying to sell in the last few towns get fenced for you personally.
She knew about
She
that.
knows about it.
These people are good.
Huh? These people are good. She's just like this. These people are good.
These people are, wow. Fuck me.
nice deal. Can I change too? fuck presto, I haven't chosen you yet. I represent a different entity.
I'm my own person.
Change-o wants in. Change-o, stop it.
Just more drool though. That's just more drool.
Yeah,
It's an internal struggle. It's an
exactly.
internal struggle.
And then I said to Maya, man, we never bond like this. And it was such a good hug. Did you see that hug? Oh my god, Presto, it was so good.
I'm just imagining Jahala in the corner just trying really hard to meditate. Okay.
Well, money isn't always. Money is great to gain some things accomplished. I seek greater goals in life.
Money's great, you say? Well then, let's do this.
I need to know that the money I accrue is going to help me get to meet my goals, but it's in itself. I am looking I'm looking to know that if I can hire the right mercenaries and the right people in this camp, that they'll follow through without question. If the time comes.
The Zenturum are well known for their unconventional fronts. So, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to dialogue it, so. Good. I was like, so if to represent your intentions, I believe I can easily do that.
You have to wear this big giant badge.
She pulls out a small coin that has it has a symbol on one symbol on each different symbol on each side. So this is the mark of the Zenturum. The casual observer will just see it as a silver piece, but the right observer will know that you're a member of our group.
Alright, time to put in my big bag of coins. Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe if I shake it up. No. Why did I shake it up? I was so foolish. Dang it. Alright, not a good first day. Don't worry.
So,
Maybe I
in
should
regards
do
to this,
that.
you just need the cult stopped.
That's
Done
our
and
ultimate
done.
goal. Yes, when we reach Waterdeep, let's see.
Grill her about the Fargo hat dude. Grill her about the Fargo hat dude.
Hey, does no, never mind. does the bird guy like change up saying all this? God damn it! Want that bird? Want that bird?
Bird guy is still.
That guy.
Bird guy is still on
bird
it.
guy.
Poor Smoopy Kins is here. Where are the dragons? I was blatantly lied to.
We're
They're
dragging
around.
coal, but they're around.
There were dragons.
There were dragons.
There were dragons. One of them actually went with the dragons.
We didn't kill
Eventually,
any of
when
them.
we're done with this road trip, I'm sure we're gonna see some more dragons.
We went through a town that had the word dragon in it.
Basically, she just tells you that at some point the council will meet and you will be invited to join.
I asked if they have any high council in Waterdeep itself.
They do. I thought you guys were going to be meeting them soon, but I don't think you actually are. I think you're meeting until later. So, you know.
You know,
You know.
storyline stuff.
Storyline
So
stuff.
obviously you were sent here for more than a reason to just reconnaissance and request assistance from us. Why else have you joined there? Are you keeping an eye on the cultists yourself?
Well, there's... the main reason is that there's an odd man that joined with the cultists by the name of Vesbara Joss. He happens to be a red wizard of Thay.
Ooh.
Red wizard of Thay.
Oh, I don't think Maya knows that I'm looking for red wizards of Thay. That's unfortunate.
She's trying to figure out why exactly a red wizard of Thay is chumming around with the dragon, the cult of the dragon.
And I take it that's the gentleman who's joined them just recently through.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I guess you're
name?
His name is Azbara, A-Z-B-A-R-A, Jos, J-O-S. Call him Jose.
Jose.
Ooh, Jose. I'm
Jose.
totally calling him that.
So we're gonna follow Jose around. XX pans XX as well, or yeah, there's just letters in there. Maybe it's an initial.
Oh,
or something.
it's
He says hi or she.
XX usually is just an indication
Hi.
that they wanted the name, but
What's
the
up?
other
But
name
it's double on both sides, so it could be
just
a
Hi.
a pens. Yeah.
A
So it's
pens,
your
yeah.
a pens probably.
What is this person's name?
Hello.
Hi!
We'll just butcher names.
We're gonna butcher your names. That's
Can I
what
call
we're
you
gonna do.
Pans?
That's what you pay us for. Oh, you stole my charger.
I did steal your charger.
Oh, my.
I just
identified.
butcher
Yeah,
you into
fine.
fine meats.
But that's why I have
Fresh
these lovely die here. You don't need to roll.
Yeah, my knives are over there.
No. I just for the chat.
Don't mind the
Keep an eye on
DM.
the chat too.
Always mind the DM.
Always mind the DM.
Rocks fall, everybody
Dies.
dies.
Right.
What does not anybody understand about
The
this?
volcano you were on explodes.
We were on a volcano. You are now.
Of course you are. You're always. This is the planet Earth. You're always on a volcano.
It's one giant volcano.
In this world, all of them are, every mountain is a volcano. Forever. Forever.
Alright.
Okay.
Yep, so I will, was it Gemin?
Swear
Gemine?
allegiance.
Genma.
Gemma.
Gemma.
J-A-N-M-A.
Genma, right?
Gemma.
Gemma?
Gemma.
Genma.
Gemma.
Genma.
Trying to just phonetically
Gemma.
spell it. Gemma.
Let me look it up.
Oh, whatever.
J-A-M-N-A.
Oh, Gemma.
Gemma.
Nah.
Gemma.
Gleam silver if you
Take it
prefer.
back now.
Gleam silver is a little easier to pronounce.
Okay, so cool. You had your combo.
Okay, I'll fill her on more of what we've done then. That we have already placed, as she mentioned, a trinket on there that we can trace and follow them further once we reach into Waterdeep, because we expect them to follow and go to the different pathway. And that Presto and myself has also went into the encampment, as she already is familiar with, that we went further into the encampment and looked through multiple carts. We haven't seen all of them, but within 3 of the carts, it is just packed with treasures and trinkets. There are still 2 that we have yet to search.
Give me an intelligence check.
You dumb boy.
20!
So you remember actually that you actually now you recognize her now that you're up close talking to her. She's the same gnome you saw leaving the Thieves Guild when you guys first went.
Ah. Stop.
All coming together.
She's also that same rock that you saw while you were walking.
That's right. At one point, you passed a tree. You remember very distinctly this gnomish face carved into the tree.
Like weird gnome-shaped tree over here.
That's weird.
Whatever. Moving on. I didn't tell you about the gnome-shaped tree, but it was there.
Yeah, I neglected to mention it until now. To raise suspense.
You didn't do a perception check on the trees. You didn't.
No, you didn't do a retcon check on the trees. That's what we should have a retcon check.
I ask her, where does she usually float about if I need to get in contact with her again?
So I'm usually somewhere around one of the cultist wagons, keeping an eye on them.
Alright.
Listening for information.
What other identities do you typically use when floating among the cultists in case we run across a situation where our paths cross again?
Just using Gleam Silver for now.
Alright.
Yeah, that's totally not. That's totally a fake name. Gemna Glean Silver.
Pretty gnomish name.
Yeah, it's
I was about to say, it's like
it's absurdly like racistly gnomish. it's like
that or Dwarven, one of the two.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kinda
they're
like,
kind of related in a lot of ways, but yeah, very much.
All right. So you guys go.
Is she still interested in trying to figure out what are they in the carts, or are you looking to see what's in these other carts still, or do you just want to follow once we run in Waterdeep?
We're just gonna keep following them. I mean, you guys, assuming you kind of told, well, she actually she knows what you guys found,
Yeah.
and what you guys have told her, and so she gets the idea that they're just full of treasure.
Yeah.
So she wants to know what all this is for. So 2 days later.
Oh.
Unless you want to do something specific.
I
So
probably
you
won't
didn't-
tell
you didn't-
them.
you
You
didn't
know
share-
about it.
You didn't and nobody shared anything about it, right?
No, they're leaving us in
Yeah,
the
of
dark.
course.
You don't know anything.
Man,
I know.
wanted to save Evergreen. Now we got this Red Wizard of Thay that I'm never gonna know about. We're probably gonna throw the Fargo hat guy.
No,
in the
because
wood
I
chipper.
also promised him that I would look in Waterdeep for someone.
Oh yeah, you promised Evergreen.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know about, but you weren't there when I had the conversation with the alchemist, where he's like, "You should probably find a Red Wizard of Thay who's totally gonna show up in the story at some point." And I was
No,
like,
yeah.
"Oh man!"
But you see, you didn't tell me that, so
Hey, communication is key, guys.
See?
Wait, I think I did, or did I?
you didn't.
Well, now I feel like maybe I did because Nemia tells Maya about everything.
Everything.
Oh,
I
no,
think
no,
I
no.
did.
You just didn't listen.
Probably.
I think I did though, because I just realized, like literally after everything that's ever happened, when you're not there, Nemia goes and tells Maya about it. So I think she did.
Kind
it.
of
So,
true.
so
It's
just
true, yeah.
so if you so just let you so you have that info. I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
have that info. Whether you do
Save
anything with it,
Evergreen.
you don't have to.
I probably won't tell you because you might go rush over there and try to talk to him.
Well, yeah,
about
you're not.
freeing
Yeah,
him.
you're
So,
not gonna. Regardless, you're not gonna tell Nemia about it, but you know about it.
Save Evergreen.
Not gonna talk to the guy from Thay who's talking with the cultists. Probably not the best guy to go say, "Will you go save my horse?"
Yeah, probably.
So 2 days later, you guys awaken to a bit of a commotion at the cultists' camp.
Again.
Of course.
At least it's not us.
They're having
Yeah, that's
One
a good
of the
point.
guards was murdered, apparently.
One of their what?
Their guards. Stabbed in the back with a sword.
A sword.
It's there's no weapon, just a large wound, but it's far too large to have been from a dagger. And they are shouting that they believe it was you.
Who?
You guys, your
Oh.
party. They're always causing trouble. You guys see it all the time. Always attacking things with their weapons.
But
They
we
want to
haven't.
inspect your. They want to inspect your weaponry.
Oh.
What kind of weapons does everyone carry?
This
Well,
is
yeah, I
bad.
pull out my hammer and I say, like, we don't have. Oh shit!
No.
Oh shit! Oh no, presto!
Wait, what?
Pull out your weapons that you may be holding.
Oh,
That
yeah.
may or may not be a big stabby thing.
That's me. I'm
I
the
was
one that
like,
will stab
yeah,
you.
I don't have any
No, you have a
stabby
dagger,
things.
Yeah.
and you have a sword.
I have a
That's right, I do
rapier.
have one dagger.
I have a short sword.
No,
I
you
have
a
a dagger.
sword. You have a long sword, unless you sold that already.
I didn't sell it, but
So you have it.
I do. It's
This is
silver.
bad.
It's not even a.
You have to hide that shit or something, dude.
It's a
But I mean,
silver-bladed longsword. It's not meant for fighting. It's like blunted.
Yeah, Shahala
saying.
just pulls out her staff and darts.
Really?
Yeah,
That's all
I
she's
got a
got.
hammer.
Well, the short sword looks to be about the right size.
Short sword.
I throw it out and I'm like, this thing hasn't been touched in years. I don't even know why I have it. I was like, this thing's pathetic. Do you want it?
Um,
I'm sure it's worth that guard's life.
a lot of the other caravan members sort of speak up for you because you guys have done such good
I'd like
jobs.
to.
And I've
press-
been preaching the whole time.
She
Yeah.
has been.
A follower of
I'm
Paylord
gonna
would
press-
never strike someone
gonna
down
press
in the dark of
prestidigitation.
night.
I'm gonna prestidigitation of the silver sword and just make it look like super rusty and old and just clunky and be like, why do you carry this around? It used to be my father's.
It's a family heirloom.
Father sword.
Just gonna make it look all gross and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and let's see here.
Well, I attempt to persuade them to know that I am a follower of Paylor, and we would never strike someone down in the dark. For no reason. Should I roll something, or I'm just going to say
go for
that? I mean, Paylor. Paylor.
Baylor. Aw,
So, and I poorly do that for 8.
That's right. You got a +2 because you're always talking about Paylor.
Paylor.
So you're mildly convincing.
Oh, okay.
Baylor.
Situational bonus.
Paylor.
Yeah, I throw out the sword and it look
Baylor?
that sword looked brand new because I've never even used it. Like compared to all my other weapons, which are worn and torn, if they're confusing me with my short sword, it's
You're like, oh, he's a wizard. He could have just cleaned it with magic.
Then why? And I was like, if that were the case, why are my other weapons so shabby?
Because you didn't think to clean those too.
The ones I use
That's
on
right.
a regular basis.
That's right.
Shahala's gonna lose her temper at this point and start pretty much yelling. What proof do you have at all besides this sword that has no blood on it that we are the killers? You, sir, should walk away.
Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Now, honestly, do we look like killers when we have such a great horse like Vesuvius over here?
That's right. That's right. She cut off that noble's hand.
What? No! Oh.
Oh God.
Vesuvius was purchased in... What was that? Line...
A dagger.
Dagger.
Vesuvius came from Daggerford. He is a nice, good horse, and he's the best horse.
That's not the point. We know she's prone to fits of violence.
And what would I have against you? You're not noble. You have no cause in this world.
I don't know. Maybe you're trying to rob us. What do we know?
Can
Well,
I?
what? Well, if she was incited to do that, maybe that guard was
I would
trying
like to
to
use-
attack
I would like
horses.
to use-
Who killed my horse? Do you guys know about that?
I want to use Chanjo to go up to the dead body and do an investigation check through his eyes.
Okay.
I'm sure since everyone's assembled, maybe everyone
21.
remembers that I had a horse that suddenly keeled over dead from poison. Who did that? I noticed you were nowhere to be found.
It's because we didn't poison it.
Just like we didn't stab that man last night, so walk away.
So you notice that there are a lot of footprints around the body.
Well,
I mean, did you have basically all the information you already have?
Yes.
The cut is the size of a short sword. But all the footsteps seem to be from the various people that were crowding around the body in the morning.
Mm.
Oh,
You
they
notice
tainted the
some
crime
small
scene.
lines that make you think that the ground may have been swept clean after his murder.
Fascinating.
I would like to.
Oh,
And then the world fell
I'm
apart.
getting a phone call?
But while he fixes
Yes,
that,
you
Why? I put you on. Oh, that's right. If people keep calling me, then it will eventually go through. So people really want to get a hold of me. I'll just
so
leave me alone.
so they're saying only in the day you'll
It
kill
really
somebody,
is.
Peter.
What?
Nami will only kill someone in the day.
Well, yeah, you know, or in a basement if it's a devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Those
Sneaky-
are
person.
exceptions.
And
That's not
Sneaky
person.
D's
They
here.
don't count.
What?
Devils aren't
And
people.
Sneaky D's here.
Hey, Sneaky D.
Yeah, sneaky
Sneaky
D.
D.
Sneaky D.
Well, as Bora Joe, Jose,
Jose.
Jose. As bar. Oh yeah.
comes forward, he tries trying to calm everybody down.
Yeah. Listen to Asbar
He says,
with his funny hat.
"Derp dee
Did he roll a crit? Everyone.
It was the most inspiring speech to the cultists.
I'm gonna feel bad for his bars. Alright, everyone, see, as you're upsetting his bar, or I don't know his name, you're upsetting this man. He's upset. Everyone calm down. You're upsetting this poor man with his unfortunate...
to insult us here,
with this unfortunate hat.
I may be just an old country yokel."
Everyone's just like, boo! Get out of here! Get out of here with your stupid hat!
Can I just do detect magic on the general crime scene?
Sure. Detect no magic.
No.
You've got something open on there.
I do. What the F? Leave me alone.
Well, Acrony kind of speaks up and says, "Are there any witnesses to this supposed crime?"
Yeah.
And they don't have any. And so ultimately,
Let's
after
hold a trial.
much arguing, all the other merchants who know you guys kind of speak up, and it's decided that since there's no witnesses and no evidence other than the fact that a short sword happens to be the same size and shape as the murder weapon,
As any short
It's
sword
like,
that exists.
I was about to say, it's like, how many short swords are there in the world?
that that they'll just have to trust the gods to punish the guilty party.
Yes, trust in
John was just gonna
Paylor.
be like, "Thank you, goodbye, bye now,
And
bye-bye."
Paylor will punish whoever is responsible, unless they have a really good reason.
But you notice that they're convinced that she is the murderer.
So Maya, did you kill that guy?
You're making a lot of friends, like a lot.
I like sleeping.
well, Maya, you never use swords. Did you kill that guy with a sword?
No, I use a
I
use a rapier, which is like a sword.
Oh, I forgot.
But
thought
not-
you just
I have
used
short
only
swords.
daggers.
I have short swords on me. I just don't
that,
ever
But
use them.
a rapier has a
She's
very
fine.
fine
She
point.
probably
Yeah.
has a ton of weapons on her.
Yeah, you always use that pointy thing. Pointy poke.
Stabby stab.
Stabby stab.
The stabby sword.
Yeah, very different. These short swords, I have 3 of them. I pull them out. I'm just like, they're so. I've been meaning to learn and train with them more, but for me now, it's beyond what I care to do.
Do you collect them? Why do you have so many?
Come across things, why let them go?
Oh, okay.
So, that by the way, that silly man who apparently cannot talk very well. Does anyone know who he is? He is not a monk, and yet he's dressed like one.
I don't know. He's got he just has brown clothes.
No, he seems very much like other monks I've seen,
Monkish.
clothing wise, but
Give
He does
yourself
not-
credit, girl. You wear nicer hats than that.
I don't wear hats.
That hat. I mean, well,
I
I've seen-
can't wear hats.
I
She
mean-
just kind of pokes at her. I can't wear hats.
And you can wear nicer. I mean, we can still wear hats if we want to. Okay, it's it's
You
not.
just have to,
You can wear hats.
you have to just poke holes in them and then just kind of move.
It's
the
not
antlers
attractive.
down.
Girl, I'm just saying. If
Girl.
you could make a hat work better than that. That guy's got some unfortunate style.
Yes, but he still has a style as a monk, but he does not carry himself as such.
So monks have to look ugly?
No!
Because that's an ugly hat. The light of
That
Paylor
hat
does
is
not shine on that hat.
No, it doesn't.
Paylor does not.
Paylor
look
doesn't
favorable
shine on
in
a
that
lot
hat.
of things.
Don't get mad at his yokel hat.
Dirt, dirt, dirt.
It's a really unfortunate hat.
It was a moving speech, though.
I
That poor,
could have. He's bad.
that
He was
poor
trying
man.
to
Does
insult
he have?
us.
Does he have developmental disabilities? I don't.
Why
To
would
be
he-
honest, I wouldn't be surprised.
He was supposed to be all moving, but
It's
it's the same guy that was hitting those 20s earlier.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, I pooped my pants just now. What's this guy doing?
I'm keeping an eye on him though. I don't like that he's hanging out with the cultists and the fact that he's trying to play it off as being a monk.
He seemed to be trying to help the situation.
I bet he
though.
was trying to insult us and then he just came out wrong.
I guess, yeah.
As you guys arrive in Waterdeep,
We're in Waterdeep!
Yay!
We made it! 50 days later.
Months later!
episode 5.
Jesus
Like,
Christ,
seriously,
we
I
finally
think
did
Does that
it.
mean we
it was
level
around
up?
Christmas?
Yes.
It was around Christmas.
You guys are all going to level up.
Wasn't it around Christmas we started this
I
travel?
believe so.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
5
We
months.
finally made the trip.
To
5
be fair,
months.
we've skipped at least one session a month.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, adulthood.
Right?
I'm taking this last one.
Do it.
Do it.
It's fine. Okay.
Alright, so as we reach
Oh.
the city of Waterdeep.
I can't even remember
Is
what
it
we're supposed to do
impressive?
there.
Is it, well, we're just following cultists there. We're just trying to find out what they're doing there, I guess.
Okay.
And stop them from getting the masks. Although I don't think we really know about the masks.
We don't know about anything. We're
We
dumb.
know
Yeah.
nothing.
We know about the masks.
No, Czech knows about the masks.
Well,
but
I know
that's because
about
he's
the
a
masks.
cultist. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And then there's no communication in our team, so nobody else does. True.
As when the caravan rolls into Waterdeep,
I want magic.
Yeah.
Most of the merchants disperse to their various city markets, warehouses, and stables. They've reached their destinations. You are all paid for your services, although I think only one of you was actually hired.
And she was fired, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did I-
Hired and fired.
Did I make any money?
Yeah,
You
were
did
already
already
paid.
you
He,
paid
he
your-
gave, he gave you your money, so
Yeah,
you're,
that's true.
You're good.
so we just
Get paid.
We just made the
Where's
trip.
my money?
Oh, that's right.
Where's
You
my
guys
money?
never actually had the opportunity for that to happen. Anyways.
What?
Gargoyle.
Oh.
Where does Gargoyle go?
Yeah, really.
Did we put a tracer on his cart?
No.
Where's Bird Guy?
Probably should have Bird
Oh,
Guy.
yeah.
Yeah, is he gonna make a final offer?
Yeah, really.
That's just awesome.
Yeah, actually, we should give Joel. Can Presto to like finally like sell the bird and then just.
That'd be such a dick.
You should, because you should do that before we part ways.
Oh
with
yeah,
Bird Guy.
no,
We
that's the
talked
idea.
about this months ago. It needs to happen.
Is that what he wants to? That's what you want to try to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk by Owen
Well, that's Jake.
with yeah.
Give you 50 gold for that.
And I'm gonna turn and kind of converse with Change a little bit.
Tear from the eye.
Yeah, really. Very well.
Excellent, excellent. Pulls out a key.
Treat him well. He needs the most excellent of all seeds given to him at all times.
Of course.
It makes his plumage quite brilliant.
Of course, of course. Bird hops into the cage, locks it up, and puts it with his other birds.
Gold
Gives you 50 gold pieces.
You guys are the roguish rebels.
Yeah, really. A pleasure doing business with you, sir. My good friend, it has been a long journey, and I'm sorry to see you go. Wink.
I forget. Does he just like dematerialize when you get like 100 feet away or something, or how does it work?
Yeah, really.
I forget how it works with the familiar.
I think he just exists until Presto unsummons him.
Oh,
Yeah.
He can sit there for a while.
Yeah.
I
does
don't
that thing
don't
where you
have
can
any
bring him into a
communication with him if I get more than 100 feet away.
Well, but you can always like pull him into that pocket.
But I can
Exactly.
pull him into the pocket and then shove
Okay,
it
so you
down.
can wait for as long as you want. Yeah.
Day, 2 days, a week, whatever.
Yeah.
Just so you can get the hell out of Dodge.
He ain't gonna find you in Waterdeep. Like,
Well, yeah. Once I
Is water, so
get out of
Waterdeep
there.
is huge, huh?
Huge.
Massive. Like the size of Los Angeles. No, not really.
Be San Francisco-y.
yeah,
I'd say San Francisco.
Probably like the biggest city that Chala's ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest city in the area. Like,
Oh, okay.
in this part of the world. So unlike the other various caravans, the cult wagons, rather than splitting off to warehouses or to the market district, they instead head into the north side of the city.
Boop, boop.
For parking and looking for a place to spend the night.
for parking.
For parking.
Oh, Waterdeep parking.
It sucks.
All right. Let's try and parallel park this carriage here.
It's not gonna work.
All right,
Oh,
now
okay.
remember, we all parked in Tiamat lot.
That's Sneaky D's comment when you were selling your when you were chanting. Yes, thank you. You'll be like a strutting peacock.
And Gemna actually catches up with you guys and wants to travel with you for a while.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Gemna.
While you all are looking to figure out exactly what the cultists are doing. You're trying to, because again, your goal is to figure out where these caravans are going.
Cultist radar.
Boop.
The cultists
Yeah,
spend
I
a
can always
day.
cast that spell if you want.
The cultists spend a day resting their horses at a stable on the north side of Waterdeep. Other wagons are already there, covertly carrying very covert-looking wagons, much like the other cultist ones were. Very plain, nondescript, with big locked doors, and lots of guards. And it looks as though there are many wagons from other parts of the world.
Somebody really wants to talk to Joel.
Yeah.
Joel, you're so popular. Oh wait, you're not here.
Yeah, it's wigging out. It is so wigging
Oh,
out.
he just
right now.
buzzed over there.
Oh, goddamn.
You're so wigging
It's
out.
your father, apparently.
Yeah, it is. And he's trying to be stupid, and it's just like.
Ah!
you say as you.
As we rock the world.
Oh, my hand puppet.
Yes. What's up? Yes.
Gotta love parents.
Yeah.
My mom's.
I'll call
just
you.
text
When
message.
do you
I
want
just
me to
texted.
call you?
Like she tried calling me. I was like, I'm at D&D.
God.
What?
Leave me alone.
Right.
What?
I just love mom.
Stop talking to me.
alone, God.
I don't even live with you anymore. Leave me alone.
So he calls me twice to talk to me, and then he's like, "I'm sitting down to dinner, so can you call me back later?" God damn
Just calling you to
Frickin'
tell
people.
calling you to call so to tell you that you should call me later.
it! Basically.
We'll chat later. Thanks.
Thanks.
Damn, all my jokes. 15-second delay.
I like how this is
Yeah.
the cam
Sadly.
for the Enter's like, no, we're not even. Are we going to be doing any combat? Probably not. Oh, yeah, of course, I
We
should.
don't know.
You don't know.
You
Is
don't
there
know.
air?
Might
You
have
don't
some
know.
Sort of, cop chase. You know, we're in Waterdeep now. You're get ready.
Anything
Oh,
can happen.
Can we
Get
do a
ready to
cop
start
chase
shit.
with caravans?
Right in the caravan.
I'm gonna be riding Bob the horse.
Demi would never
we're
put
gonna
our
have
horses in danger.
Evergreen's gonna be running with us.
Yeah.
People must be
No,
laughing.
actually,
at these.
in Waterdeep, we're gonna spend time
Stupid.
looking for,
Yeah.
the Thay, the Wizard of Thay. So.
Yeah.
Well,
At some point,
you guys
not right
arrive,
away.
You guys arrive at the north side of Waterdeep. All the wagons are basically right by this large warehouse, and you see construction supplies being brought in and out, mostly to this large warehouse, and occasionally more wagons come out stockpiled with construction supplies.
What should we do, Maya? I'm kind of overwhelmed. I've never been to Waterdeep before.
Dirty.
Yes. Jahala's
Dirty? Like get dirty? What?
No,
what do
the
I
place
do?
is dirty.
Oh, okay. Because I can't get dirty. My armor is super magic.
And by the way, Jahala's been seeming very distracted since we got into the whole the city. But
Our job is to still find out what the cultists are doing and where they're going. That's what we're here for.
All right.
Long time.
So what do we do?
Long time.
Exactly what we're doing is we're like perched up looking at the cultists.
We just watch them?
You need to learn what they're doing, where they're going, and that's
Okay.
why you have that spell.
Yeah. I can let you know wherever Sir Gallahan is gone.
Perfect.
I mean, I can't do that all the time.
I can't do much else besides watch.
But just let me know if you want to know where Sir Gallahan went.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does
I thought the super spy would have spy plans.
Huh?
Yeah,
I thought
super
the spy would have
No,
spy
we're
plans.
just
Nemia
told to-
doesn't know what to do.
No, we're just told to keep eye on them.
That was
all
what
we're
we're
gonna do
getting
so
paid
far.
for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Follow them to Waterdeep. Know where
Sure.
they and where they're going. That's what we're being paid to do right
When
now.
can
Yeah,
we
they
find a wizard for Evergreen?
Well, again,
Yeah.
it's one of the
Remember,
red
yeah.
wizards, and
And they said that they would be, if there were to be one, we might be able to find one in Waterdeep. So
Yeah.
we're here now.
Can I
So you
go
go
search
searching.
for wizards while you guys look or something?
look no further.
Oh yeah. Oh, but you can't
You
change
can't,
Evergreen.
Oh.
you can't do it.
Oh.
Yes, actually, do I need to be here as well?
Well, now I'm sad.
Let's go on a day trip. I'm sure I can find
Again.
Sir Gallahan later. They're not going anywhere, right? Where do I find wizards? Jahala, do you know where to find wizards? Have you been here before?
No, this place is insane, but I could help.
All right.
I
Presto,
old
can you
stomping
find
ground.
wizards?
There's no need to search. I have a map
What?
A map for
of
wizards?
Waterdeep.
It's a,
If by wizards you mean slums, I know all.
Do I mean slums? I don't know. Is that where the wizards are, Presto?
Except for me.
Chapter's a little weird. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
wait.
alright.
Wizards live in slums?
So what you
Well,
should do, which I did, I'm assuming we did
Only
level up,
when,
yes.
when entertaining people. You see, when they're not entertaining people, they're in magical, beautiful inns
I did think
that
that.
they dream of.
aren't-
And wizard towers.
So-
And wizard
I'm just
towers.
trying
so
to figure out
wizards
how
are
the
just like
cultists
every other,
fit into
just like everybody else.
like this other story. There's like these two storyline points. I'm trying to figure out how they connect.
Oh.
Or is it just like randomly something new just pops up? or
No,
something? It
it's
sounds
like
weird.
it's supposed to like it's the whole thing with the construction supplies.
Okay.
Construction
This is a large
supplies.
warehouse just outside North Gate. Construction supplies are being stockpiled.
Now after this 40-day trip, now the party becomes construction workers. And you work for a month on a construction project. It's like, oh, this campaign's boring.
Roll to make sure that you got the scaffolding up.
Roll
correctly.
carpentry check.
Carpentry check.
As,
Yes.
This is a 3.5.
These are your daily quests. Son of a bitch!
Carpentry.
kind of mix cement.
Oh man, mixing cement's hard.
So, as native Waterdeepians,
Oh yeah, so you guys are like from Waterdeep. right?
I'm literally from Waterdeep.
I'm
Yeah.
technically from Waterdeep as well.
Oh, so you're hanging out with the two newbies? and
no,
just like,
you're
"Whoa."
from.
You're not from Waterdeep. Yeah.
I'm not from. I said technically. 'cause
Oh, but you like lived in Waterdeep.
I lived in Waterdeep for a while. Yeah, with Czech actually.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the old stomping grounds. And
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
where's
gonna do.
Czech?
You're from
Going blind-eyed
Candlekeep.
tours.
Eventually you'll
From
see.
Candlekeep?
Eventually you'll see. Oh yeah, you're from Candlekeep.
Yeah,
Eventually you see some like shitty graffiti somewhere. It's like Czech was here.
Actually, that's what you say.
Lol.
Where you have the Presto is great somewhere, and someone scribbles out like Presto is like great at sucking balls. Like people just add more graffiti to it.
Slash suggested maybe take a short break so they can level their characters while you read ahead.
That's actually not bad.
Guess what I did?
Actually,
I already
yeah,
leveled
yeah.
all. Done. Because I'm a rogue.
You level? Oh.
I did. It's super easy for me.
Oh my god, level 5!
Yeah.
There you
That means
go.
more hit points.
Yay!
Yeah, I already leveled. When he's like, that's what I was like, do we technically level? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna make
It's
2
been
sets of stats.
so long since we've leveled.
We unfortunately don't have a
Such
bunch
a
of cool
long
stuff to
time.
ask for you guys to take because we took our feats last level and people helped us pick our feats, which
That was
level
my
5 is pretty boring. Other than if you want to help them choose spells, we have a cleric and we have a wizard. Your domain or your specialty house is what?
Oh, illusion.
His is an illusion,
Illusion.
and which you're the life domain, right, Peter?
Yeah.
And Peter's in the life domain. So if you guys have any suggestions,
Ooh. Actually, 5th is a pretty cool. Well, it's also, I mean, the thing is, with a cleric, the thing is there isn't, like, there's choice in terms of what you want to prepare, but a cleric just has access to every
That's
spell.
right.
You just have them. So now I just have, so it's actually, 5th level is pretty damn good for me, because now I actually have 3rd level spells.
Proficiency is up to 3.
I'm sure Presto also has 3rd level spells now, too.
Proficiency? What exactly is proficiency?
So your proficiency bonus
Is
is
now
here,
3.
which now turns to a 3, which affects everything here.
Yeah,
Oh.
proficient, that's intense.
So
Above the
everything's gonna
proficiency.
increase by 1 if you have proficiency in it.
Snap.
So like
So
these
it's like
numbers,
yeah.
those are gonna increase. That's basically it.
Okay.
So like this would turn to a 6.
I thought I
This
increased
would
that
turn to a 6.
before. No. Maybe I didn't. We're not going to be fun to watch right now, are we?
Well, that's why we gave them a task to hopefully help that, or help actually, especially Presto with spells.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Yeah,
want to look up, like spells for wizard spells and cleric spells, because it would be nice also just to hear about stuff and like, oh, this spell's really fucking awesome.
That way he can prep and get his spells ready, and he can get to add to his book. Because unfortunately, a rogue's super boring. I did it in like 2 minutes.
Also, remember you get another hit die.
What? Oh!
So yeah, 5d.
Okay,
Yeah, 5d8
Extra
or 5
attack.
d8.
What?
Fucking A! So now you get
that's
two.
right.
I get to
so you get two
punch a
normal.
lot of people.
So you normally get 2 attacks with the staff and an extra, punch,
Yeah.
and an extra, more punches if you want. So that's
That's
nice.
pretty exciting, yeah.
Yep, Zlash just said that too. You get an extra attack now.
So you get a base of like 3 attacks, one of them unarmed. That's pretty intense.
And we punch a lot of faces. Attack, stunning strike.
Oh yeah. So this is gonna go up super high. 6. I have now a 9 stealth bonus.
Cool. I also get the Destroy Undead ability.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
When undead... Oh yeah, I forgot. You can do Turn Undead or Channel Divinity. I've always done Channel Divinity.
So if I had 3 hit dice, I get 4 now?
No, you should have had. You should always. It's equal to your level.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not know that. Okay. You're to do.
The only way that changes is if you multi-class, and then it gets a little weird.
You, I guess. I mean, we've been playing this since September, and I still feel like a complete and utter noob.
I forget. What are we doing for hit points? It's max, right?
Monks
It's
have a lot
your
of
no,
crazy
it's your
high
average.
bonus,
So your
you
high
have to keep
average right
learning.
here is
Like,
4
yeah.
plus
For
your con
instance, I'm
modifier.
reading up, like, I
Oh,
haven't
so
used
4
Turn
plus 2,
Undead yet,
so
so I'm
6.
I'm
So
learning,
6
like,
more
oh,
hit
my
points,
Turn
yeah.
Undead is better now, but I still don't, like, know
We
what it
haven't
does.
run into any undead.
Yeah, we haven't run into them, so I'm just having to read up
Yeah.
here. Wow. Starting at 5th level, when an undead fails its saving throw against your turn...
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Fails its save against your turn undead feature, the creature is instantly destroyed if its challenge rating is at or below a certain thresh-hold.
So basically, it's
Super
if
low
it's-
level, like skeletons, like
they just
bullshit skeletons, like
die.
this is winner.
I think that's it for me. Nemia is a life domain. Sorry, she's
Life.
life domain.
Pretty nice.
That's why she gets the mad heals.
I forget. I get to choose a. How many more spells do I get? Not spell slots, but actual spells.
So
You should look.
Oh, not
you
spell
should have a
slots, okay.
table. Okay, yeah, you got that.
Yeah. That's the worst part. Is it says spell slot level, but it doesn't tell me how many spells.
So you adjusted your spell slots at least, right?
Yeah.
So your 5th. Did you get anything cool? Oh no, so
Yeah.
you just got an extra 3rd.
I got third level spells.
Another 3rd level spell.
Yeah. So if anybody's got an ideas for good
It's
third
over
level
here.
spells,
It's spellcasting.
I don't know if
spell
they
preparing.
mentioned this, but Sneaky D asked, "What path are you on as a cleric?"
Oh yeah, they're saying
Okay.
life domain.
I'm just reading, so I'm like zoned in.
Yeah. Tanky heals. Because there's no tank and there's no healing. so it's all about that.
No.
Okay. 2 third level spells. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's time for me just to look up all the. Oh, right. One of my life domain third level.
And you did make the adjustment for your cantrips, right?
There's I don't.
There's
think
no
there's an
change. Yeah,
adjustment.
there's no
No.
change. Okay.
Push standard. Where's my fireball? There it is. It's 7 plus 1. Should be 8 plus 1 because that's my.
So your spell book. So to choose this number of wizard spells from your. Oh, that's something you choose.
What?
Hmm.
I can do cold person next level.
Really? Is that like one of the things you can choose?
I think so.
Clench of the North Wind. You can spend 3 key points to cast Hold Person. Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
There's
Each
lots
time-
of. There's a lot
Yeah,
of cool
yeah,
moves.
At
yeah.
wizard
That's
level,
cool.
you
I
can
mean, if I
add
pick
2
it-
wizard spells
That's
of your
pretty
choice
rad.
to your spell book. So any
Oh,
level.
2. Okay.
Very
Any level
hands,
that's
very
of
hands.
what
That's
you
the
can
one where
cast.
Oh,
you-
okay.
Each spell
I did that
slot
with my
as shown in
sorceress,
the
I
wizard's
think.
table. On your
Yeah, that's the
adventure,
one where
you might
the
find other
AoE,
spells
yeah,
that you can
in
add
front
to
of
the
you,
book as
yeah.
well.
Right.
Okay.
So you get to add 2
Yeah, that
spells
one's also very useful.
of 5, 3 and lower.
Got
So you
it.
can take an extra cantrip if you want. You can take a first, second, or third. But
Okay.
you get to learn 2 more spells.
Cantrips again because those can be.
Because any ones that you find on the adventure, you get to automatically add and learn.
Right. Exactly.
Cantrips are stronger now. Beacon of Hope and Revivify is good for life domain. Says Slash. And your cantrips are stronger, maybe?
Well, Beacon of
Oh,
Hope and
that's right. I think my
Revivify,
cantrips
just
was
get to
fine.
have
1 second. Let me
whenever I
see.
want, which is cool.
So if we do Firebolt, let me see here. Yeah,
shit,
this spell increases
Revivify.
its damage by 1 more
I finally
d10
get
when you reach 5th
Revivify. That's
level.
an actual revive spell.
So
if anybody
it's 2
actually gets
D10.
killed, I can revive
Dude,
you.
that's super
See,
hardcore.
All is well.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Does it have a material component cost?
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
That's first level
check.
spell?
Yeah, that's just a cantrip.
Oh,
Firebolt
nice.
now just has 2 d10s.
So that makes that cantrip super powerful
yeah.
now. To help balance it out. Mostly because the monsters will be super strong. So
Yeah.
you're going to be able to cantrip the fireballs.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
100 gold point,
Shocking Grasp
energy,
is
and gold,
increases by an
which
extra
the spell
1d8.
consumes.
Nice.
So it's 2d8.
Damn,
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have to have 300
Second.
gold worth of diamonds, so that's not going to happen. But
Yeah, it will.
He's got to find it.
not with Nemia. She has 50 gold.
But that's why you say, I need to get diamonds. I'm like, okay. And then I go into the Thieves Guild and I bring back diamonds. He's like, where'd you get the diamonds? And I'm like, you have the diamonds.
That does make sense.
Did you want Gemna to fleece your stuff for you while you're in town?
So what do I have left for her to fleece? I have I think it's the necklace, right? Where did it go? So I have the string of pearls left and the gold and sapphire ring. Those are the only 2 things left. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to sell them. They're worth money, so
Yeah.
have her fleece them.
So she'll go off and sell them and returns 90% of the profits to you. So
Okay.
you get 90% of their value. The 10% goes to the Zenturium organization.
Yeah.
What was the Oh, you're fleecing your items. Do we want to calculate how much we got for our heisting?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do mine and then I'll look at your list and
Yeah,
have it
Yeah,
for
and
you.
if you
Oh.
want, we can say you
Wait.
purchased things in Waterdeep
Oh crap.
after you guys leave.
I deleted those things from my iPad. I thought we already wrote down their general value.
No, they were in your iPad. That's why I didn't. Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
we were done because I was like, oh.
No.
No.
Can you recover them?
Yeah.
Recover them.
Okay.
That's gonna be some fun times. Okay.
Or just generally, if you have a general recall, just like at least some
There's
sort
so
of
many.
Yeah,
numbers.
as last
ballpark
saying-
value.
Important to note is that Revivify has to be cast within a minute of death, he thinks.
Yeah, it is. It's only a minute. With
What, 10 rounds?
Yeah.
10 turns.
Within 10 turns, if somebody literally just dies, and it also costs 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
asses.
So you have to
actually
have
pretty
those
easy.
diamonds on you
and they're consumed.
within, and do that within a minute.
Yeah, and it's only within a minute.
So how?
But it is a low-level version of a full-on resurrection. I mean,
True.
it like literally heals you.
So it just depends on how much you like your friends.
Cool.
Which I
At
mean,
this point
you
is a
know,
lot.
She likes him a lot, but
She
she
does.
doesn't. She doesn't have the diamonds. So.
I think Nemia's growing on us too. Like
Well,
a fungus.
she can't revive herself though, so if she goes down, you're done.
What is resistance?
Gives you resistance.
You have half. You take half damage from that.
Oh, half
Yeah,
damage.
half
okay.
damage from everything.
Load complete.
I'm assuming you'd have to say what you're resistant to, though, at that time. When you
I don't
cast
know. It depends on the spell.
it. Yeah.
Some of them just give you a general resistance. Those devils you
Ooh.
fought had resistance to basically everything.
Frack. Oh wow, that was bad. That was actually way worse.
It referred it back super far.
Pretty far, yeah.
Oh no!
Let me get my phone. It's probably okay. I would assume that my phone is up to date. Oh, it's up there. Doing recording stuff. Not that it matters.
Mine is probably the lower of the goal value, so if you can't, you can just probably double mine.
Yeah.
And then we lose.
That was just really bad because I just lost like way more data than I expected.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And this is why we use paper.
Yep.
So,
That's why it's called pen and paper.
at level 5,
God.
where did I read that? So
I
apparently
don't even
can
have my
spend
one of the war
key
mage here.
points.
Oh my god, this is bad.
It's alright, I remember most of the magic items.
I can spend key points to make things, my attacks more powerful.
Cool.
That's where did
Which
I
one
read
is
that? I'm not
She's
sure
making
where I
up
read
stuff
that.
again.
I swear, I'm
She's
not
been
making
drinking.
it up.
Guys, don't
Can't
listen to
find
her.
where I
She's
read
been
this.
drinking.
Okay.
No, it's like it was
So,
like
fuck missiles, slow fall, extra attack, stunning strike.
no, okay, then what?
Well,
where did
no,
I
stunning
read
strike
that?
you just got. When you hit
Yeah.
another creature with a melee
I
attack,
wrote
you
that
can spend
down.
1 key point to attempt a stunning strike. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn.
That's cool.
So that is a way of making it more powerful, as well as flurry of blows is the other way.
Yeah.
It's not actually making them like stronger, really.
No, okay, do you mind if I check one more time? Sorry, there was something I was. Where did I just read that then? Dur. I'll come back to this.
Oh,
The drinking
God,
adds
this
to
is
your
terrible.
version. Says Sneaky
I
D.
thought I uploaded so much more like, data into this. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Okay. So much.
Does this have a
Okay,
calculator on it?
casting elemental spells.
Oh, it's not even alive.
Yeah,
that would,
it just
that
won't
is
turn
phase
on.
the
I
fire
forgot to
snake.
do
That's
anything on
technically
that one.
an elemental spell,
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
Once you reach 5th level in this class, you can spend additional key points to increase the level of an elemental discipline spell that you cast,
Oh, cool. Okay.
provided the spell has an enhanced effect at a higher level.
Okay, so it's actually referring
It
to
just
like
enhances the
burning
spell.
hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So when you use burning hands, if you use instead of a first
Zeki's
level
Lash.
spell, you use it as a 2nd level spell. It's more powerful.
Okay.
And if you use it as a 3rd level spell,
He
it's
just
more
referenced
powerful.
you.
To
to that
scale
page.
kind of like
Oh.
how every other
Yeah.
spellcaster
thanks,
can scale
Slash.
their spells.
Yeah.
It took me a little minute.
So
Okay,
things-
so
so
I
when-
guess I can't do burning hands though.
No, it wouldn't.
So you
It
consider
wouldn't
s-
When do you
improve.
learn one another one?
Because Fangs of the Fire Snake
next
already
level.
has a way it's improved. Like if
Yeah.
you look at Fangs of the Fire Snake, it has the you can do Fangs of the Fire Snake and then you can cause it to explode.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Shit. I need to keep up with this book.
So basically, when you hit with the attack, you can spend another key point to do an additional D10 damage.
Okay.
So it's like you basically
I
the fire
see.
hits them
I'm
and then
pretty-
boom, explodes.
Yeah.
Starvey, do you remember in here they have a drunken brawler? Is it in this one? Do they actually have a drunken
I don't
brawler in the 5th edition
think
yet?
so.
I know they do in Pathfinder. Did they do it in 4th?
I believe they did.
Yeah. Sneaky D has 2 of his characters, which are alcoholics.
Mhm.
Which it's fun to always make a drunken, drunken brawler. Are they both brawlers, or are they just alcoholics in just general? Sneaky D.
Okay, well I guess I'm done unless I missed anything. Pretty much with it.
Oh, Slash, there's a tavern brawler feat.
Huh.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah, that's for using
Improvised weapons.
improvised weapons. Yeah.
Is there hit points go up at all?
Yes.
Just a flaw.
By I want to say 5.
I wouldn't say a flaw. I
Okay.
mean, it's a
I'd
new
have to-
edition.
actually,
It's gonna. They're coming out with new content like this thing for crazy. So they already came out with new races and more subclasses. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more in the future.
So do I just
Oh man, I can actually take Spirit Guardians. I have to
Yeah.
look
So you
up-
increase.
I have
You don't have anything
super
special. So
dexterity
anything with
does.
a one of these
Dexterity.
things increases by 1. So this goes
Oh.
to a 4
okay.
because you're just adding 1 to
Spirit
those
Guardians.
totals.
Does that dexterity go up to 7?
Huh?
It's at
No, because it was at 5 before. Oh, because your
no,
dex. Oh
'cause
yeah.
this was
yeah,
here.
so that goes
yeah,
to a 7.
So it goes
yeah.
to a 7. Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. And then the rest that dexterity.
Anything with the dot.
and
Anything with the dot means you have proficiency, and that's when you add your bonus. That also includes most of your attacks.
Okay.
Okay, but there is a save. I mean, you still take half damage.
But the thing
but
is,
Yeah,
my
there's a save.
proficiency,
but
like this one's wisdom,
crazy.
and that's just
Insane.
wisdom.
So
save.
Doesn't matter.
And your
Okay.
speed
You
is half,
you
so
get
it's like
skills
so kind of,
for
it's
being a
basically
monk,
like Arthas'
and then you
AoE
choose
thing.
those
You just
skills
walk
to be
up,
proficient.
and she's
Regardless
and
of
take
these
anyway,
bonuses.
so it's just like
Gotcha.
And
boom.
because you're
Protection
proficient
from
in them,
evil.
you get that proficiency
And
bonus.
then it just slowly
That's what
moves.
you don't get to add it to these other ones that don't have the dodge.
Just
Gotcha.
follow them around.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay with that.
Concentration
Well,
up to 10 minutes.
because you're fighting her in a tiny ass room.
That would have been horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just terrifying. It's like, oh, her guards are in front of you, and you're being assaulted by evil spirits. Congratulations.
Like, I'm pretty glad we didn't fight her.
Sneaky, or no, Slash was saying that one. They have a group of 7. It was a group of
Oh.
6. It was a group of 6 though that night when they fought her, and one of them did go down.
Hmm.
Yeah, when you have a group that large, it makes those encounters a lot less terrifying.
Unless your DM increases the health.
That's true.
Hey, Darby,
Yes.
does my staff damage go up higher? I know
Your
my
damage
my
does
unarmed.
not increase, but your attack goes up.
Oh.
To hit goes up. To hit the creature
The
or
damage
monster.
type would be 1d. Oh no.
No, that all stays the same. It's
Okay.
this, your attack bonus, just right here.
Oh.
So
okay.
to roll to hit.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's
So
another
now
way of
it's gonna
saying
be
it.
up to
Roll to hit.
So now it goes up to 7 instead of 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Thanks, guys.
And yeah, and your hit points do go up by 5 plus your con modifier. I don't know if you have a con modifier or not.
It would stay the same because her bonus isn't changed.
Yeah.
I don't think. Oh wait, are you talking about health?
Her hit points.
Yeah, her con hasn't changed though, so it should be the same for every level so far.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was asking what her con modifier.
Oh, it's a 2.
Then it would go up. Your hit points would go up by 7.
7. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, sorry.
Yeah, it's
What
your
was-
average
how
plus
we
2.
Increase, oh,
Gotcha.
average plus 2. Oh yeah,
Well,
so,
average plus con.
so I've got a D8, so it would be a
5.
4? A 5?
High average.
5 plus 2, 5 plus 1. Okay, so 6. Cool.
It's an easy, consistent way to do the bonus hit points. 'cause
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you roll a 1, it just plain
So
sucks.
horrible. If you roll all the ones, it's
Yeah,
really
it's like, oh,
bad.
yeah, I'm level 10 and I have 12 hit points.
Great.
Yay.
That's only plus 3.
Now, protection from energy. Let's see how this works. Now I'm all about the protection spells.
Protection from everything. Protection from dragons.
Protection from dragons.
I wish my unarmed attack with damage would go higher.
It does
It does?
at higher levels. Yes.
Yeah, actually,
I
no.
could've sworn
It's
it does
1d6
That's
this
what I
level.
thought. Okay.
This level turns to 1d6.
Cool. I put that down and then I was questioning it.
And you have 5 key points.
Yes, I do. Yay. Oh, does my speed go up at all?
Not till
Okay.
next level.
Okay.
Oh, it's just
Okay, can we get to level 6 now?
Eventually.
Okay. That did take
We have
us
to
a
clear
long
water
time.
deep now.
Yeah, you have to do every single
What,
side quest in
what,
Waterdeep.
what XP are we at, roughly? Just if it, I mean, not that it necessarily matters, but I like to keep track of it.
1 million.
Yeah.
Dollars.
That's pretty great. So
Dollars.
Slash said she was healthier, so he gave her extra hit points, and she spent several turns with Sanctuary taunting the now warlock while her minions were being slaughtered.
Wow.
6,500 experience.
Wow.
Which is a chapter. They which was kind of nice. The way they wrote it at least was like you kind of progress a level chapter.
Yeah.
Mm.
So as long as you don't dodge everything,
That was a long
I
yes,
chapter.
per se. Do you want to do that
But
walk
we did
away?
kind of skip out on one chapter.
Do you want to fight? Give up.
We're just
Yeah, you
kind of
should
like,
just
nope,
leave halfway through.
nope, we don't want to do this.
But then again, I did put in stuff to
That's
account
the
for that.
popcorn or favor. That was rude.
And I created a Mondath analog in that other cultist or other cleric you guys fought. Cleric of the Hunt.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I probably did not bloodstone.
I switched out one of Mondath's
Malar.
spells for that.
So
That's named
it says in the
Malar.
wizard guy that I get an extra to proficiency, the +3.
Yes.
The +2.
So that means all of your attacks and your spell attacks and your
And all
Spell
spells
D-
you have
spell
proficiency
saves.
with.
Yeah, your saving throws, your skills, and your attacks should all change.
all go up by 1.
That's fun.
The ones that you have a little bubble filled in.
So addictive.
If you want to, at some point in the next week, I'll help you go through everything and make sure it all gets reset properly.
Got it.
Since I got all jacked up.
My stealth is 9 now.
Nice.
Woohoo!
I get double my proficiency bonus. That's a useful talent for rogues.
Two
Rounds
every
are at
few
7
levels.
today.
Oh yeah.
What are your
And then eventually I get to choose 2 more to do that with.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
All right.
Yeah,
So
because rogues are meant to be the skill checkers.
Yeah.
as native Waterdeepians, you guys know that, or you guys kind of asking around, figuring out what's going on. You know that these this caravan area that they're hanging out in is the caravans that are heading on the North Road, and you know that the North Road, the road to the north, used to connect to a city called Neverwinter, cold coastal marsh. Neverwinter. A cold coastal marsh called the Mere of Dead Men lays between the two cities. Or lay between the road and the coast. Over the years, the Mere continually expanded. Every year it would flood, and the road would have to be moved further and further away. And then, about a century ago, Neverwinter was nearly completely wiped out by an eruption of Mount Hotno.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no! No! Just like Jose.
So there's that eruption.
Yeah,
Because everything's a volcano.
you were leading up to
It's
this.
the volcano that was there the whole time.
That's right. With the city in ruins, efforts to keep the road open simply stopped. It no longer served a purpose. But now, Lord,
What's
I
his
can't
face?
believe his name. Nevermember.
Never
Wow.
remember.
Or
Oh,
never.
wow.
It's
That's
never,
a made up name if I've ever heard.
Neverember.
Never remember.
Never remember.
Never remember.
Neverember
That's just bad.
Never remember.
is rebuilding Neverwinter. Lord Neverember of Neverwinter.
Oh, that guy!
Yeah.
I forgot about that guy.
And the road is needed. The road is now needed again. This warehouse happens to be where shipments of supplies to the road building camps are coordinated.
And the cultists are
And you
here?
guys also find out that they are hiring supply caravans. They're hiring guards, and they're hiring workers to go work on the camps.
And we suspect the cult's going that way. They seem to be packing up their
It
things.
seems to be they're
With a lot
taking
of
on a little extra
construction
cargo,
stuff.
some lumber and
So,
things.
so they're gonna go to Neverwinter then.
Real quick,
at least heading to the north. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm calculating this right, but I got 3 to my proficiency just now.
Yes.
I have wisdom of 20, so that means 5.
Right.
So that's 8, plus 1 of the War Majors is 1, so that's 9.
Right.
I have a plus 9 to my attack.
Did you mean intelligence of 20? Because
Wisdom. Instead of choosing
I thought
feat,
your wisdom was shitty. I thought your intelligence
Oh,
was
sorry, intelligence. Sorry,
Yeah.
intelligence of 20, not wisdom.
Right,
Yeah,
I do.
I'm.
So your
not
spell,
very
were you
high.
saying your spell casting is a +9, right?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
attack bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that makes
yeah.
sense.
it's basically it's like I hit almost.
Yeah.
That's like
I
the
mean,
stealth
it could.
thing,
Yeah.
But that's very decent.
So yes. So you guys kind of determined that it looks like they're probably heading north to the construction camps.
About how many days do we think it's going to take for them to pack up and get ready to leave? Or they're going pretty quick.
Caravans leave every day, so it could be any day.
But they haven't left yet.
They have not left
Okay.
Uh,
We need to try and save Evergreen.
okay. That
Let's
means.
find wizards.
So if we're gonna spend any time in Waterdeep, it means we need to stay together. Or if we split up, you have to stay together. That way he can talk to us.
It seems like a nice town.
Who needs to stay together?
Those two have to stay together.
Oh.
What
'Cause
could go
if-
wrong?
If they start to leave, we need to leave.
Oh, I see. Are we going to hang out, Maya?
I love hanging out
No,
with
or we all just go together as a group, which
Aha!
means
We do need to try and save Evergreen.
yeah.
You said, well, I heard, no, never mind, not meta. he was. We were gonna try and get him saved here, weren't we?
We have to save
Yeah,
Evergreen
we told him we
because
would
we
look
have
around
to save
him.
Evergreen.
It'll
Yeah.
make her happy.
So then,
Isn't that right, Evergreen?
Yay. Verily.
Yay.
Yay.
Not
Says nay.
Yay.
well, does anyone have any other business in Waterdeep? Because I could care to spend less time here than I need to.
Yes. There's something.
What's
It's a
on
big
your
city.
mind, Jahala?
What?
It's a big city.
It is a big city, isn't it?
We got a lot of ground to cover if you really want to ask all around.
Yeah.
But everybody, all information comes to Waterdeep.
What's on your mind, Jahala?
It's a city of shadows.
Well, she said it's a long story. We obviously don't have time if we're trying to keep eye on these cultists. We're trying to help Evergreen, it seems like.
Yeah. We need to find a wizard of Thay.
That's what you get for not sharing your problems. Hashtag deal with it. That's what my lays down.
What is this hashtag?
This
Don't you know? It looks like this.
It's a waffle.
Don't you like waffles?
Waffle, deal with it. This alchemist guy told me that I need to find a wizard of Thay to transform Evergreen back into Elf.
Okay.
So how would we find this wizard of?
I have some connections within the town. I'll meet you guys back within an hour.
What?
Okay, let's go walk around, Jahala.
No, just stay
No,
stay
we're
put.
supposed to stay.
Watch-
We'll come back here.
No, watch the cultists.
But
That's
it
our
seems
job.
like a cool town.
I mean-
Fine.
We will see
Can we
plenty
just
of
be
the
back
town.
in an hour?
I'll
We're
be
not,
back
we're
in
not,
an hour.
We're not. No, we're not going to see any of the town.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go walk around to go if there's even anything here.
It's a whole city.
Yeah, it's a
You can
huge
go
city.
anywhere.
That's why I don't want you to leave. Watch the job.
She's
You
right.
are
She's right.
paying.
She's
You
right. She's right.
Maya, let's
I-
just set up a home base. We'll just have a home base right here at this corner. I'm just gonna.
The
pretend
last
we're at
time
a
you
corner.
guys went walking around, you killed and fought demons.
Yeah, and,
No.
it was really fun.
Keep an eye on the shipment and see where the cultists if
Jealous,
they leave.
like, speak for yourself.
Seriously.
Watch. I will only be gone for an hour.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do, Maya. I'm gonna cast clairvoyance with the grace of Paylor, which will allow me to see exactly what they're doing with an invisible sentry for like an hour.
What?
Because that's
You
literally
can
what I
do that?
With the power of Paylor.
I can do anything.
Anything's
I can
possible.
do anything possible. That
Hold
was
on, it's
brilliant.
It's a wonderful spell.
it's
So-
really cool,
What
and I
are
just
you
got it.
Doing? What does it do?
It's a magic
let me-
sentry.
Let me look it up again.
Some
It's-
guy
it's-
on the street goes, guys.
Yeah, it's basically you just set
Cameras.
up a little sentry, and unless they have true sight or see invisibility, they can't even see it.
Anybody? Can...
Oh damn it! No, it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Never mind. What the fuck? So you have to cast it for 10 minutes, and then it lasts for 10 minutes after that. I'm like, jeez. Oh my god! And it costs 100 gold pieces worth of components. Forget that.
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
So never mind.
Yeah, never mind. Anyway, I mean, it's pretty cool. You can make it so then just like you can. So then you just for 10 minutes you can see or hear anything that goes on there. So you can also make it here, so you can just like surreptitiously place it in a room and then just leave, and then people are talking like, "No, she's gone." Blah 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 blah. And you're like, "Oh."
Or we could leave it behind us when we go into like a cavern or something where there's one-way entrances to see if people come from behind or
Exactly,
flank.
super cool.
Yeah.
So again, I need to get more money and more components.
Why don't you should?
Yeah, that's the city of Waterdeep.
It's
Hot
San
damn.
Francisco.
Hot damn.
Like, it's
That's
giant.
big. Yeah.
It's San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Okay.
And
Um,
Demi and I are the
anyway, so I guess-
horse.
I
Well,
guess-
Presto's staying with you too. I'm literally the only one leaving for an hour to
We're
go.
gonna stay right here.
Yes, watch them.
Okay.
Do you want to go for a walk?
Just stay right here.
All right.
Just make her swear on Paylor.
I mean, you can ask that question when she leaves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go because I'm assuming Gemino, she was still with us, right? So I'm gonna go and pull her aside and talk. We're obviously gonna go talk and see if she or anyone that she may know knows who the wizards that they are. If there are any in town that can be visited, any high level.
Well, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, we could always try talking to Jose, but I mean, what do you want with the Wizards of Thay? They're an evil group.
So unfortunately, you saw the large golden-looking elk horse. What I don't know.
Yeah, it's odd.
Of course.
Yeah, that is an elf that was cursed through some type of magic into that permanent form, and he said we heard through rumors that the Wizards of Thay were the ones who cast the spell upon him. So either if we can convince them to reverse the spell for some random purposes, or if we know anybody else who can then change Evergreen, which is his name, back to his normal state, would be wonderful.
Well, if you like, I can reach out through some of the intelligence networks and see what we can find. Is this elf promising you some ancient hoard of treasure?
If only. I have no idea. Evergreen has remained rather silent about who he was or who he really remains to be. He seems to have been locked upon this curse for hundreds of years, so whether his fortunes or anything is left to be unknown. But to think that the Wizards of Thay would do something to one individual elf seems that he would possess some type of level of power or some type of wealth, or there was some type of punishment seemed fitting.
He must
He must be someone of high importance or wealth.
Oh.
He guarded some puny treasure like this crossbow, and I hold out this crossbow.
Man, we're gonna transform him back, and he's like, "Thanks, guys.
See you later. It'd be cool if Evergreen became a character. Oh, fight you now.
Finally turn back Evergreen. One of the characters dies in the process, so it's like, all right, you're Evergreen. Choose what class he was.
Well, he's been with us for long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's like, at least attached to Nemia. Nemia's the one who's been like, I love you.
Probably not. He seems like he doesn't really give a shit.
He was just as a note, he was actually cursed by an elvish lord.
Wait, it's a curse?
Yeah.
Remove curse from
It's a
word play.
curse.
No.
Yeah,
you guys.
Because I have that spell now. That would be kind of funny if I was like, oh, okay, remove curse.
Alright, give it a try.
It's probably polymorph. It's probably permanent polymorph.
Yeah.
Like meta-wise, it probably is.
But can you get rid of that?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to have someone who can cast that level
Well,
of
there is
spell.
a will, there is a way. There's Paylor.
Essentially, we're finding like a level like 13 plus or 15 plus guy
Yeah.
who can cast this spell.
Yeah.
Paylor. Oh, yeah. Paylor.
It'll be hard. They're high up there. Right?
Or
It's
I
the
would
highest
have to
levels.
get like my miracle spell or something at level, like 9th level spell or some shit.
Yeah.
You just need someone
Or a wish.
someone really fucking high level.
Yeah,
wish, miracle, or just for polymorph.
And in the meantime, Evergreen can just hang out with us.
Yeah, so if we don't find anybody, just like whatever,
Just-
we'll eventually
okay.
change him.
Yeah, just tell him, don't
Or
lose
he'll
heart.
just be an elk forever. Maybe he likes being an elk now. It's like we finally find him and he's like, you know what, guys? I actually like being a magic talking elk.
I think I'm going to stay like this.
You guys made me realize I just needed some friends.
That's all I ever needed. That's all I really needed. Aw, Evergreen.
We love you
Somebody
too.
shoots him with an arrow.
I'll give you 2,000 gold for sold.
Sold.
I didn't wish.
I can do some.
Anyways,
No.
so she says, well, she leaves and comes back later and says, well, I wasn't able to find, anybody really willing to help, at least not for less than a fee that I doubt you can pay. But I was able to get in contact with a group that would be willing to try to help. They're called the Emerald Enclave. They're a group dedicated to maintaining balance in the natural order, combating forces that threaten that balance.
And this is super unbalanced.
Members of the Enclave live in the wilderness or in small communities, and the Order has almost no representatives in towns or cities, but she knows of a few on the outskirts.
They constantly post to forums about nerfs and buffs to different characters and classes.
And they, as guardians of nature, they'd be willing to assist him and keep him safe and try to figure out a way to get him back. And the Emerald, she informs you that the Emerald Enclave is another member of the group that's trying to stop the cultists.
You found a forever home for Evergreen.
No! We're his forever home.
She also mentions that if we're trying to continue to be sneaky with this, continuing to bring along the giant elk would be a little conspicuous.
I agree.
Anyway, Nummy's not there, so she
Yeah.
doesn't know
She's
yet.
gonna freak out. She's going to freak out.
Forever home forever.
Was there a price tag on it? That way I can feed it to her that she needs to earn money to free him.
No money.
No, if the people in town who said they can free him, there's a price that we can't pay.
It costs money to even consult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like they don't, without even knowing whether or not they can solve the problem. They're very
gonna
powerful
charge,
wizards, but they charge you to consult. So
Damn.
their time is valuable.
They're pretty much the lawyers of the fantasy world.
No, they're the
Oh, Sneaky D's leaving.
Investment bankers.
Bye.
Or
Oh,
I don't know.
somebody's saying.
Someone's saying goodnight. Can't tell.
The acad-
Well,
the
it's night.
academia.
Slash said night
Oh,
first.
well,
so
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it's
Wizards
them,
are the
and then
academia.
Sneaky D said night dudes. So
Oh, okay.
he could be referencing to Slash.
Oh, okay.
So Slash might be leaving.
Well, we'll
So
find
by
out in a
Slash.
second, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
So am I.
Who's going to bed?
Me.
Oh.
Oh wait, I should have read more.
Quick, the DM's asleep. Do what you want.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
it is
Sneaky D. Yeah,
It
Sneaky
is
D's leaving.
Sneaky D.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yay, Slash
There was
is
a,
still
there was a
here.
paragraph before
I
it.
should have taken a nap earlier.
Have a good night, Sleepy D. Sneaky D.
I actually slept until 10 a.m. this morning. It was weird.
I used to get sleep
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I've been waking up at exactly 7 a.m. every morning.
All right, so I'm gonna go back
Moving on.
and I'm gonna let Nemia know of all this news. I'm gonna be like, Nemia, truth time.
Yeah? So
There.
you found a wizard to save Evergreen?
Do you have $1 million gold? Are you richer? Are you a noble and have endless money at disposal?
She has endless love in her heart.
But the good of Paylor is worth any amount of gold.
The wizards here won't think so. The wizards don't pay highly to the gods themselves. They focus more upon the natural and the magic that exists within it.
Maybe there's a particularly religious wizard
But-
around.
But on the outskirts of town, we do know of people associated with the Emerald Enclave who can
Who are they?
research. They're people of the forest who believe in the balance and the order of the universe. And obviously, given Evergreen's
Okay.
situation, they would be willing to protect him and
They
guard
sound
him
like they
and
like
research
They
him.
sound like Jedi.
And research him to maybe one day look for a cure for him. Maybe it's something you could afford. But even out of the goodness of their hearts, they'll keep and protect Evergreen, and you would not have to worry for his life, especially if you were to bring him on a journey like this.
But I don't want to say goodbye to Evergreen.
It's never goodbye. We're just parting ways for now.
Maybe you should ask Evergreen.
Well,
what he
I was
wants.
just about to...
Yeah, really.
Evergreen, what do you want to do, Evergreen?
I think it might be dangerous if I continue to travel with you.
Well, you're the best, Evergreen.
I'll be on a nice farm and you can come visit me whenever you want.
I guess that'll
She
be
doesn't know what
okay.
taking him to the farm means. Yeah, I know. I was about to say. It's not a farm.
He totally just found a forever home. That's exactly what's happening right now.
I guess that sounds
The meat
okay.
grinders.
Oh, Evergreen, I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too.
Don't cry, dude.
Well, alright, I guess we should do this. Where do we go? I'll bring Evergreen over.
I'm gonna just say, it's rather far away.
Way.
You're gonna have to pay someone to escort them along the way, or else we'll lose track of the trail of the cultists, and that is what we're primarily here for. I'm assuming, and I've spoken with, Gemina, that she'd probably be willing to do it for a fee.
She'll just do it.
She's gonna escort Evergreen.
It's gonna cost a gold to hire a couple of guards. And she'll go with it. She'll go take them to the people and then come back.
Good people. So I guess this is goodbye.
For now.
Evergreen,
Goodbye,
I never got to
Evergreen.
have a conversation, but I hope you have a good life.
Okay, you don't know Elvish.
Yeah.
None of you know Elvish.
Yeah.
I do. I speak. I'm half
Oh
elf.
yeah.
He just nods sagely.
Hopefully we
Bye,
shall meet
Evergreen.
again.
Nay. So Evergreen departs. Jimna comes back before nightfall and says that he's safely in the care. Safely dead. Safely in the care of the Uncle Death Play.
Yeah, that's why we took him downstairs and we just cut off.
Cut him.
Hi.
Sold him for profit.
He's at a happy farm now.
Fetched 500 gold.
Well, alright. That's
Yeah,
one
my
side
phone
quest
doesn't
not
work with
really
this messaging for
solved,
some
but
reason.
just kind of tabled.
Solved for now.
Just kind of get rid of.
Yeah, really.
What happened with the cultists while we sat around all day and watched them?
They just sort of loaded up. Looks like they're getting ready to leave tomorrow.
Okay. Man, we didn't even get to do anything in Waterdeep.
I know, I've always heard so much about it.
Oh, I have a feeling you'll be back. Dun dun dun.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Who
dun.
said
that?
Maybe Kathy.
Who just said
In
that?
response to your question, yeah, I can link you. I don't have access and I can't do it from my phone, but Wizards of the Coast does offer character sheets for 5th edition very easily. If you type it into Google, it'll pretty much come up with anything. Just type in the proper edition and a character sheet will come up.
Also, the back of the player's handbook.
The plaque, if you have a player's handbook, they'll have them as well. And then if you are looking for a pre-made character, because you did mention that you're brand new to D&D, and thank you, Slash, actually, very much for linking that. But if you're brand new to D&D and you're looking for inspiration or you're looking to play with something that's already done to get more of a flow and understanding for role-playing and not have to go through all the mathematics and creating your own character, which is part of the fun itself, but we had a list of characters we made and we put them all online. Also, the starter set that Wizards of the Coast has, they have, I think, 3 or 4 characters that are free to play that they also pre-made. So if that's something you're interested in, we have these characters actually all right here. So the one I'm playing, the one Joel's playing, the one Peter's playing, and the one that Lauren's playing, plus 2 other characters that died along the way. And there's plenty more that we made from
And
there.
some more, yeah. There's the
Yeah.
warrior and
Yeah.
the
We
warlock.
made 12 characters,
There's
one for
the
each.
druid.
It's for each.
Yeah.
It's one for
Druids there.
each
And
class
the
that was
sorcerer.
released at the beginning of the 5th edition. So since they've released,
Oh, okay.
I don't think they've released any more
But
classes.
Nemi is never gonna get killed.
But they released more races.
She's way too
I
tanky.
like
She's
her,
never
though.
gonna die.
She's
Yeah,
freaking
if you have access to the player's handbook, pages 11 to 14 detail a step-by-step procedure of making a character. Very different from the way other editions have done it in the past, where the other editions have been more focused on getting your stats and getting your, all of your numbers done, then figuring out who your character is based on the numbers. This game really encourages you to figure out who your character is, and then figure out what your numbers are afterwards.
Yeah.
Uh,
A lot of background stuff.
Our-
backgrounds, system and everything. It's pretty cool that way.
Makes it a lot better for role playing and a lot less stat-based play.
Are you?
Yeah, because I noticed in previous editions when you're making a character, sometimes it was kind of harder to actually. It was harder for players to actually set up an idea of this is a person with an actual backstory, a person who comes from a place and they do certain things and they actually have a job. They're not just they don't just kind of exist randomly. A lot of characters, it was kind of easy to accidentally fall into this place where they just kind of pop into existence in a tavern, just I'm an adventurer doing adventures. It's let's drink some beers. Whoa, here's a quest suddenly. Cool. They just came out of nowhere. They're just this kind of random who like no one is that. No one's just an adventurer. Nobody just kind of like comes out of the womb just like with a sword and a shield. Like, let's do this. Let's fight some dragons. Like,
I
One day
think
that guy
Conan
will-
would disagree.
One day that guy will ask himself, "Who am I?"
yeah.
It was all I do, adventure. Was I born to raid the crypts and tombs of the world and slay dragons for their gold?
I didn't ask for
There's
this.
something more.
I didn't ask for this.
So I mean, you mentioned that you have a group of 5 people who are all new and want to do it, but you don't have a
Sounds
dungeon
fun.
master. Are you thinking of DMing yourself, or
Do it,
do
do
you
it.
have a DM
Do
who
it,
just
do it,
doesn't never
master.
done it before?
DM
What are you
do it.
looking for? And Phil says hi.
Hello. Oh, bro. Praise Baylor.
Praise Baylor, Phil.
Taylor sucks.
Or burn.
In the light of Baylor, we're all blessed.
Praise Paylor or burn to death in a fire.
And Paylor's
In your
fire.
cold.
Paylor fired.
Yeah. Either praise him or just burn in his fire. That's your option.
Taylor's light heals the good and kills the wicked.
That's creepy. Alright. What's going on now?
I'm just waiting for a response to see if anything
Oh.
within like the next couple seconds, like minute or so.
I guess
because
are
we're
we just-
delayed.
I guess we're just gonna stay in an inn nearby while we wait for the cultists to leave or something. Is that what?
Should we have somebody watch?
Oh wait, we have to set up our own
Praise
caravan.
Taylor.
Wait, we have to set up a plan. How are we going to follow them when they go north? Are we just gonna walk after them?
Caravan. We just jump onto another caravan. There's so many caravans heading north. It's not like it's unusual to be heading north.
Oh duh. Okay.
Another
Yeah.
caravan.
Yep, another caravan, Joel. More journey.
Yeah! After
We get
5
to
months.
Waterdeep and we do nothing.
Yeah,
we just go
really.
on another road trip.
So if you are looking, if you guys are struggling to find a DM, DMing is the hardest thing, especially finding a good DM.
It's
Some
hard.
tools that are probably useful if you're interested in DMing.
The DM man,
Darby's
right?
not earlier in their phase, but Acquisitions Incorporated. If you watch them and pay attention to Chris, who is their DM, he does a really good job of progressing a story, at least in a very short period of time, for their live sessions, and that gives you a good starting basis. I would agree, I don't know how you guys feel, but 5th edition is it's very user friendly. I would say overall. If you do DM and you feel like that the new characters that you're creating for your party is going to be overwhelming, you can, like we said, we have these character sheets and they're all filled out at level 1 for your characters too. That way you can easily start a level 1 adventure. And Darby, for a DM perspective, that book, I don't know, how do you feel about that book?
My main problem with this adventure is that it doesn't have the stat blocks for most of the monsters. So this isn't just, I mean, while it is a self-contained adventure, you really do need the monster manual to make it work. I mean, all the information is available for free online in a downloadable packet, which you can print out. But there is a lot of going back and forth. And a well-made adventure should have the monster stat blocks on the same page as the encounter.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What was that?
I haven't looked at any of these adventures, but the Dungeon Crawl Classics, the guys at Goodman Games, they have been making some 5th edition adventures, or are currently in the process of making them. I think they made a couple. They're old school, and they make adventures the way I like to run them, which is that each encounter has the monster stat blocks, it has their monster's motivation, it has all of the treasure calculated out, and it's basically a path with a few branching little arcs usually, with good characters, good writing, and they're usually like $10 a pop. And so $10 for an adventure is considered good. I mean, this one was what, $30 for,
It was, I think we got it for 29,
and
maybe,
it's
or
essentially
something,
3 adventures.
Yeah, I
When
mean,
you
it's
get
a lot.
down to it, it's
Yeah.
a lot of content.
We're not even halfway through that yet.
Oh, actually,
We're getting
it's
close.
about halfway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still.
not counting the.
what's gonna happen?
Only halfway. We've been doing a lot of shit, so.
Is this campaign actually gonna end someday?
Someday.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But they already announced the book that supplements and continue. Well, I mean, it's from a 1 to 15 adventure, but it takes place after the Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yeah.
There is actually another adventure that's level 1 too, the elemental one. I haven't looked at that yet, but my point being that if you're new to DMing, a nice, small, self-contained adventure would be a lot more approachable than something like this. This is
Yeah.
this is great, a great adventure if you have some experience, just because, you know, dealing with these vague character motivations isn't so hard if you already know what you're doing and you have an idea, and you know where you want the story to go. But I mean, a lot of it is just kind of like, hey, they're in the city, where did they go now? And it's like, well, guys, where do you go now? Okay, you're going there, let me look up subparagraph 25 to see what happens in that location. Which is great. It's detailed, it's interesting, but it can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially with new players who don't know what they're trying to do. You want this is Skyrim, and what you want is BioShock.
A bit more on rails.
Yeah, you want the tunnel. That's what you want.
Both fun.
Yeah,
Right.
both fun, both great good games. But you don't want to be dropped into the middle of in the middle of
Skyrim. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a
Just actually planning on
circle.
Tamriel.
after this to
Tamriel, yeah.
No.
You don't want to be dropped in the
Open
middle.
world.
Yeah.
You don't want.
That was actually like that's one of my biggest problems that I have with games like that, which is funny is people like play them, they're amazing, and I'm like, you don't understand how much I want to play them, but the second you're there, you're, what do I do?
Well,
Yeah.
There's just so much.
I
so many
did-
options.
you just go.
I did manage to do everything in Fallout 3.
Mm.
So I
Did
highly
you
recommend
really?
everything.
Well, here's
I've
the
done
reason.
everything.
Here's the reason why I
I
think
played
Fallout
that
3.
like 3 times and I haven't even done everything.
did that.
Here's the reason why I think
Very
Fallout 3 is a
starfish.
little bit better.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Is that it has a very clear, like, here's your start point, this is where your home is, well as in most of the other games. It's just, you're just a random rebel that just happened to be,
You're just here.
you're just here, and now you can go anywhere. And I'm like, well,
I'm
it
not
would be nice to
overwhelmed.
have
I don't know where to
a
go.
little bit of structure, which is really funny that they're made by the same company, but yet one has, in my personal opinion, more structure for first-time players versus another one, which is like, no, you kind of need to be.
It's because
the
the
adventure.
Fallout series has always been point A to point B.
Yeah,
That's a good
and
point.
I would agree with last year, which he made the set. I never looked through it a ton, and we never played it ourselves. But the starter set, which Wizards of the Coast released before all this actually came out, which was before their player handbook and the DM guide and all that, they released a starter set, which I believe is actually free now on their website for the most part. If you want to access and look through a lot of it, which is by them amazing for them.
That's
to
true.
introduce
Yeah, it
people
does have.
to introduce people to D&D, and I would look through that, and that's gonna be probably your best guide to get you on a starting basis, and they even have a practice adventure and everything through it too, even with pre-made characters and that, like we mentioned
I
before.
think the Dungeon Master Guide might have a short adventure in it as well, but maybe not. Usually they do, but this one doesn't appear to. It has a bunch of maps, which you could use, and it has some monster stuff,
Monsters.
and it has how to make random dungeons, but no real adventure. And D&D Next is a good approachable way. In fact, if you have a local gaming shop and D&D or not D&D Next, what is it called? The weekly D&D sessions that they do now.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Your
about. I know
local
what you're talking
gaming
about.
shop may have a weekly D&D adventure that goes on that anybody can show up for. It's an official D&D, official
Yeah, and they'll totally help you out.
sponsored event.
Just get a hang of it.
Yeah, you can go and they usually have pre-made characters.
Adventure League.
Adventure League, that's what it's called now. Yeah, with 4th edition it was Living Forgotten Realms, and then for a while they had, it was like Wednesday night dungeons, or I don't remember anymore. I stopped going because I didn't enjoy it, but it was boring.
But you might.
Or Expeditions, his last.
Expeditions, I think, was the one I
Adventure,
was thinking
Adventure
of.
League or Expeditions.
I think it was D&D Expeditions. It was too simplistic. Was basically what it came down to for me. But for a first-time player, quite excellent.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a couple of short encounters. You get to play around with your characters a bit, learn how the game works.
Not everybody's as lucky as I am to get introduced to D&D with these guys.
I mean, the easiest way to learn the game is just to read through the entire player's handbook.
Yeah. It's rough honestly.
Yeah, it's a textbook. It's
yeah.
not. It's not a story.
It's not
It's
fun.
not. Yeah, it's not. It's not super fun. But there are ways to read the book in a way that are more enjoyable than others. For example, one thing that I did, which really made things a lot easier, is consider yourself, because it's the player's handbook. I am making myself a character. So the first thing you read is you're like, cool, this is, generally how characters work. And that's actually pretty interesting stuff if you've never understood it or read it before. But what really gets better is that you're like, okay, now you get to choose through classes. You look through the class names and their general information, but don't look through everything the class is. And then you just get a general idea. After that point, then you choose one and then go for it. You don't have to make your character, but pretend like you're making one. Choose that character and then follow through the book as if you're making your character from that. So you're not reading every page, you're reading only the pages that are relevant to you. Some of the best, easier ones tend to be like fighter classes or something like that, where there's not a lot of like spell stuff. Gets really good. Like looking through the spells, by the way, wizards, just make a better spell book because this thing is...
The way the wizard's spell stuff
Yeah.
is written
Yeah.
is so confusing.
Yeah, so...
But we can
try
explain
not,
it now.
Yeah, we can explain it now, but overall, yeah.
Mine was pretty easy to get a handle of, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yours
fighter
is-
class.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's actually mentioning that, or he or she, I don't know, but they're saying that their family friend opened up a shop, or friend's family opened a shop pretty close. It's brand new though. They have
Cool.
2 sort of DMs so far, but because they've been so busy, they haven't had time to get anything together just yet. So it's something that's on the
That
spawn.
sounds
It
cool.
sounds like for them.
Um,
So
It's too late in the year for this, but, well, I guess I don't know where you're located. But assuming you're located in California, and you're located in Sonoma County, every year, President's Day weekend in San Rafael, because obviously this is in February, so it'd be almost a year from now, but President's Day weekend is DundraCon in San Rafael, and it's a big D&D convention, and all players are
Sounds like
welcome.
fun.
And every year I want to go, and every year I don't.
yeah,
Well,
I wanted
used
to
go
go
all the
this
time
year.
when I was a
Man,
kid.
maybe we
It's
should
in
go
San
this.
I wanted to go
It's
actually
just-
this year,
it's
but
not
I
that
know. I
far.
really want to do it. I think
Where
it'd
is
be really
this?
fun to go
It's in
and
San
do
Rafael.
a
Oh, yeah,
stream
that's-
there,
That's really...
and do like
that's really
just do
close.
like a 4-hour session.
That'd
do
be
one
fun to
stream.
go as a group. That would
I'd
be-
be
Yeah.
very surprised if we are not doing this by next February, so maybe we should.
Yeah.
he's in Newfoundland, Canada.
You
New
can make it to
Finland.
Sonoma County.
Yeah, it's just a
It's
short
not
Shut
that
up, come on!
My cousin did it when she was 12. She
I like-
drove all the way.
I like your pronunciation of that, by the way.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. Yeah,
Canada.
Newfoundland, Canada.
Come on.
Canada. Newfoundland.
Yeah, and again, like Magic the Gathering is one of the most popular things, and it will always continue to be.
Hero
It's-
clicks. Play Hero clicks.
And the reason
Don't listen to him. It's a money sink.
Don't do
But
it,
so
don't do
is Magic the Gathering.
Well, you get tiny figures of superheroes.
That is
It
true.
just in battle.
but you get cool figures at least out of it.
Last
The cards
set
are
was
cards.
Avengers.
That's a good point. And then you can sell them online for a decent chunk when you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nerdy Starfish lives in California, close to Sacramento. So yeah, I know even in Sacramento they host a couple.
Oh,
cons
yeah,
up there.
Sacramento.
Yeah, and there's
definitely does
usually small local conventions if you just look around. Something it'll maybe a couple cities away, but people just throw small ones. Like we had one that was it was really close by. I don't remember what the city was.
They do one at the fairgrounds even for us, which is the local one, which
Oh,
is
the
like
Toy
Toy
Con?
Con. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a
But there was like this
Toy
small like when I was playing 4th edition, this small local D&D convention that was literally I want to say 10 tables plus like 3 or 4 cellar tables, and that was it.
Oh.
And they just rented out a convention hall for a day, and that was the convention. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It let them play convention exclusive adventures that were kind of cool.
That is
Nice.
cool.
yeah. And Nerdy Starfish. I mean, since you live in Sacramento, since we're talking about it, I mean, we're already excited for next year. I guess at this point, to probably all join in and go do it. So
If you want to look into it, it's it's at the Marriott, so the hotel
Mhm.
rooms are the biggest price.
Mm.
The actual day pass is it's like $25 for a day and $60 for a weekend.
Well, this
Let's
is just
sleep in cars.
Well, this is just at San Rafael, right?
Yeah.
We could always. I mean, San Rafael's not even 45 minutes from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not very far.
We
a
don't need to stay the
pretty
night
quick
there.
drive.
Well, but the thing
I mean, I've
is,
done
the thing
conventions.
is, most of the best games are at night.
Yeah. And then on top of that,
Story.
they also throw parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Story.
there's live entertainment, the cellar room.
And then you
Okay,
just
yes,
drive
I've been to
home at
conventions.
3
I forgot.
a.m., like,
It's
it's
been
fine.
years since I've been to a convention.
Oh.
But,
Just
I've
drive
never
home
been.
at 3 a.m.
I just
Conventions
know
are
about it.
fun.
Yeah.
You go to the
Conventions
hotel
are
room.
pretty
you book,
crazy.
you book a hotel room with like 4 other people, and then you just at night you get
Yeah.
drunk and party and
Look,
hang
you
out.
Exactly.
just nap in your
Nerd out.
I know
car.
that I did detect magic from that Noble book, but unfortunately I lost the information on the Noble book. But I remember, but you still have that written down of what spells are in there because a lot of them were
Yes.
unknown to me.
Yes, I have all of those
Okay, good.
spells.
Awesome.
Yes, and then you would be able to read some new ones. No, I guess you didn't.
No,
get
he's
access
still
to a
third.
new-
Yeah, he's still third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I do have that. It's all.
Oh, it's so there's not even a third level spell in there.
No, he already gave you your third because you already have third level spells.
Yeah. So you've already read the third level spells.
Right. Oh, from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have them. They're in your spell book.
Well, I know, but I just don't.
Or
know.
no, I guess they're not in your spell because you haven't spent the money to copy them yet.
Right.
Right.
So I don't. But I don't. Real quick, I don't know what they are yet. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I have it in here.
That's fine. So
Uh,
I think it's like suggestion.
Yeah, suggestion was one of them.
But yeah.
Seven things.
yeah, I mean, a lot of it just, I mean, if you end up DMing yourself, like, that's the thing that's in the highest demand is always having a good DM. I mean, a party structure is one thing, but having a good DM is what's going to really get people interested into D&D and any role-playing game. It's because
With DMing, the biggest thing you want from a DM is for them to be able to think on their feet.
Yeah.
So if the rogue says, I backstab our guide that's leading us through this maze.
I pants
You
the
know,
king that's,
yeah.
that's giving us the quest.
You have
it's
to be
like,
able, you
okay.
can't just go, no, that doesn't happen. You have to go, okay, what would pantsing the king entail? Well, you'd have to get close enough to do it. So make a stealth check. And it's like, okay, now
Yeah,
all
do
the
the
guards
guards stop
are
you?
watching you, so they have these scores, and it's like, okay, you've made it. Well, now you have to actually pants the king, so that's going to be a sleight of hand check to undo his belt.
Yeah.
And then-
you're just assigning, I mean, you kind of like, you're, like when you're DMing, you're assigning skill checks to stuff. Honestly, there's a lot of bullshitting. There is bullshitting where it's just like, you're just kind of coming up on the fly, like, okay, this is the difficulty of this. Like, getting a set, like, and usually all the books will have, have little explanations of, like, difficulty scores and stuff to give you a sense of, like, a 10 is really easy. Like a 40 is like impossibly hard, like heroic level stuff. And like these are kind of like the levels of things. So you're like, okay, so it'd be pretty hard to like stealth up to the king in front of all of those guards. That's a difficulty check of like at least like 30. Like let's do that. And if your rogue manages to somehow crit and do crazy stuff, like I rolled a 30. It's like, all right, man.
That
You somehow,
king's
all right.
good
Let's describe. You also want to be able to describe things. I like, being able to describe stuff where it's just like, rather than, because sometimes we all kind of like get into this mode where it's just like, okay, you do it. And it's like, well, that gets boring. Or like, I played with some folks like, in other games where just like, people are just like, all right, I'm rolling these checks, I'm doing these things. Okay, you do that, you do that, do that. And it just becomes this really boring thing where we're all just sitting there waiting for them to just like finish a bunch of checks. Like, okay. Alright, now you're doing logistics to see if you can launch that rock into that spaceship. Okay.
Role playing is fantastic.
Alright, now you're doing that. Okay. Now you're navigating to the ship. Okay.
And one thing that's actually really great, if you're going to consider to be a DM, is the DM guide in this edition that they released actually goes over a section of how to DM a campaign based off of your players. It's understanding who your players are in a campaign. Literally, like, some players love to just fight stuff the entire time. Some people like to roleplay, and it talks about the different players and how to, at least, it's not a huge section, but it has that little, gives you that little bit of detail which a lot of DMs will miss and go over, because it's like, it's great if you do want to tell a great role-playing campaign, but if your characters are like, when am I going to hack and slash and do stuff, and then they get super bored and they get distracted, then it kind of ruins the experience for you and them, because you're conflicting interests at that point.
Yeah.
So it does mention, like, for a DM, and that's the flexibility of a
Page
DM
6.
to be able to do both.
Right
Right at the beginning of the book.
Speaking of action, are we
should
like calling it, or
Yeah.
what's happening?
Okay,
What's
yeah.
happening? Where I forget where we were and what we were doing.
Evergreen was heading off.
We were just
Everyone was
about
heading
to
off.
leave.
We're
Everyone
saying
is heading
goodbye.
off.
Are we freeze framing there? Like
Yeah,
as
we'll pick it up.
as
Bye,
Evergreen is
Evergreen.
walking off.
Because we're
into
pretty
the
much leaving
sunset,
Waterdeep
and we're
next
like-
time, right? Yeah, and we already said we're pretty much leaving Waterdeep next time, so
Oh, yeah,
it gives us
okay.
a chance to reprint new
Okay, so
character
we're done.
sheets.
Yeah, we'll get new character sheets. I think is a good step.
I hope you don't mind I doodle. If I had a pencil in front of me, I just doodle.
Awesome.
No, your
Especially-
sheet kicks ass now.
Doodling
Okay.
does not distract from the
Okay,
game.
I'm still listening.
you know?
Yeah, I still listen and all
It's,
that jazz.
you know, the doodling is a passive engagement, whereas like if you're reading, if you're watching something,
Yeah.
or listening to something, that's active engagement.
That's and Slash makes it for him and his DM style. That's a great suggestion too, which is he lets the player just if they roll a crit, he lets them describe how they kill and they do stuff. Like
Nice.
he gives the players cool flexibility and a chance to like be awesome.
I mean, like they have they list 7 different basic kinds of players. There's acting, exploring, investigating, fighting, optimizing, problem solving, and storytelling.
Oh, the optimizing.
So
Optimizing.
actors,
Oh,
actors like
optimizers.
to, you know, they like to interact with NPCs, monsters. They like to, yeah, exactly. Exploring characters are the ones who are like, you know, oh, there's a cave up in that cliffside, and you're like, well, what's in the cave? I gotta figure out what's in this fucking cave. And it's like, you didn't put anything in the cave.
Oh, God.
There's nothing in the cave. You don't know what's in the cave. But
You
know
just
what?
wanted to add that to make it realistic.
Yeah,
Now
but
if you
here-
look in the
so-
cave,
so
right,
if
there's a
that
bear.
ever, hang on, if that ever happens, you just go, okay, what might live in a cave? There's a giant condor. Okay, now there's a condor that's attacking them because they're by their nest.
It was like my poor sad guy who's like, I gotta know what's in the painting. I gotta know what's in the painting. I gotta know. And he goes
And
inside the painting and dies.
whoops. And I have to say, you are very good at coming up with names, like just.
Well, this adventure has a lot of names, right? I mean,
But
That DM screen has a random generator for
It does.
names.
Oh, it does? Okay.
That's not where I come up with mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't, but it
Because
does.
I've noticed, like, sometimes this one, like, you know,
I
talking
think you do
NPCs,
this.
like,
oh yeah, I'm always
what's
like, what's your name? And you're like,
Got it.
Joe.
So there's instigating players who like to make things happen, who are constantly like, you know, oh, we're in town talking. Well, you know what?
I
I'm
chop
gonna-
off his hand.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like,
just say his
well, while you guys are all figuring out what you're
I
gonna
just say
do,
his name.
I'm gonna walk up and knock out the guard with a punch.
Yeah,
You know, that's what I do.
Yeah,
Happens. Because the XX is supposed to
Fighting,
be silent because it's supposed to be
Who are
like
people who
brackets.
just want to have combats. Optimizing, who are people who want to take all of the rules and the minutia, and these people can be both fun and frustrating. But the
They can be very
optimizers are all about making their character the best character it can possibly be. And honestly,
Min-maxers.
yeah, sometimes having that person in the party is important because sometimes you wouldn't make it to that fight if that character wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had those
They
scenarios.
Try and be badasses or something? That's an optimizer?
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So,
also like a
It's
different
literally
style
saying
of
like
play.
I can get 1 extra damage here, and this 1 extra damage is more important than it is for me to like be a role player and choose this skill.
My character is built around statistics, not
I
around
see.
a character.
Yeah. I feel like that is towing the line of being a jackass.
Right. I mean,
Pure.
they're not
Right on
always
that
bad.
line.
It's
Remember,
just a
change
play
it.
style.
Change
Some
it.
people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people, I mean,
solvers.
there are some play groups where like, you know, I've got friends who are in who have like come from these kinds of like play groups where it's like everyone, it's expected that everyone around the table is out to fuck everyone else, just screw everyone else over. So it's like everyone should be looking at all the rules and just like doing everything to make themselves as best as possible because they're all like playing against each other.
That's
It's
called
like
munchkinning.
Yeah, essentially, and it's like, like a lot of
term.
players are, you know, a lot of
That's where
us.
the game comes from.
The players around here, it's more about like, you know, we're kind of co-creating a story and stuff.
Right.
But there are other kinds of players where that's the norm. So
Yeah.
usually that's the optimizer.
Problem-solving players, they like puzzles. They like riddles. They like, you know, oh, the farmer's fields have flooded. What has caused this? Well, let's make some investigation checks. Oh, this river's overflowing. Let's follow the river up. Oh, turns out there's a dam. What's in the dam? Giant beavers.
Let's fight the beavers.
One of my favorite all-time level 1 enemies. Giant beavers have built a giant dam and flooded the farmland. Go kill the giant beavers.
Don't you feel like a jackass?
Beaver battle.
And then there's storytelling players who like the acting players, but less about dealing with NPCs, more about just telling their character story or listening to the story
yeah.
unfold.
I guess that's kind of me, isn't it? Well,
And, well, I mean,
You are
here's
kind of
two
story.
it's
Yeah,
like,
you're
yeah.
a storytelling
I
player.
don't really talk to the NPCs very often or anything like that.
But you're still like you're really invested in like the story itself and telling your own character's story and building that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You You kind of did that with EverQuest and stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like
storytelling.
this one's the problem solver over there, maybe.
Yeah, Joel's our problem. So yeah, Joel's our puzzle solver. And Mike's
so
our
yeah, so
instigator.
there's lots of different ways to play the game, and there's no right way, there's no wrong way, there's just ways that get along. And if you have somebody who's disruptive to the group, sometimes it's better not to have them in the group. I mean, it's great if you can, especially if you have a group of friends, because that's the hardest part. If you have a group of friends and one person is just really disruptive to the group, it's hard because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
You don't want to vote them off the island.
But sometimes you need to sit down and just engage with them, figure out what it is they want, and explain to them that that getting what they want sometimes hurts what the other people want. What's up?
Nerdy Starfish said, I was fighting a dragon and my mace was stuck in it, and I tried to get it out of the dragon, obviously, and someone shot a lightning bolt into it and almost killed him because of the transfer of electricity. It sounds like your dad's a pretty great DM and part of the realism aspect. That's pretty great because, I honestly, I like to treat younger kids with a very realistic sense. Like, if you leave a fire going, you left an unattended fire. Like, I had played with some kids, they left an unattended fire. What happens? They started a forest fire almost. And it got the guards' attention because they weren't doing smoke signals, but because they saw a fire.
Joe remembers from our 2nd edition days, the group comes into a room full of furniture. And the thief says, well, I know what I'll do. I'll light the furniture on fire. So he throws a torch into the room full of furniture and starts a fire. Well, he'd forgotten that they were all underground.
Jesus Christ.
So he's like, no, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. We wait for the fire to burn, then anything that's metal will just be left behind. And I'm like, that's very true. The room is quickly filling up with smoke. He's like, right.
Oops.
Smokey
I
the bear,
remember that.
Smokey the bear.
You remember the goop, the acid goop?
Which one? There's a lot of acid goop. The one that got on your head?
The one that I think it was on my head. We were in the crawl space.
Yes.
And it was just like
The ooze.
It was the ooze. It was just this ooze. And I was just, and I just got this brand new armor piece that was like hiding around, and it was like awesome. I'm gonna put it on. I put it on, and then I get in this crawl space with this ooze, and it's like it throws acid on your armor, and it's eating it away. And I'm like, God damn it! I have to take off the armor I just found.
Yeah, so Nerdy Starfish, I mean, it's awesome, because it was actually a girl I was playing with. She was about your age. I think she's 13 right now, and it was her and her group where she left the fire going by accident. And it was so great. It's it's such a great way to introduce problem solving to anybody, and it's fun. It's super fun. I love it.
Oh yeah. And you gotta try to also not be too cruel with it too.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you make people go through every piece of minutia,
oh yeah,
it gets a little much. But but just the right amount. If you can give just
the right amount.
Just be cruel enough.
It's hilarious, and it makes people feel like their decisions matter.
Yeah,
That's definitely a big one. If the person is like, I extinguish my torch and jump into the pit, or I put down my torch, or I hand my torch off and I jump into the pit, and you're like, okay, well now you're in the pit. It's completely dark down here.
You're like, oh crap.
Like, oh right, my decisions have consequences.
So good. Sorry, I'm just working on my new spells. See, being a magic user is very difficult sometimes when leveling up because you have to do a lot of research.
It makes it it helps you get into the character. You have to do a lot of wizard research.
Yeah, and
Wizarding school.
I'm gonna pack up and I think head out.
Yeah,
guys,
so Slash really likes the interact. He likes us sitting down and talking at the end. He really likes that. He'll say we do it more at the end of the stream, which I actually really agree with that.
Yeah.
It seems to. I mean, it's really enjoyable. Helps us engage with everybody too. After a session.
I'm enjoying it.
Absnix or what is it?
I want to call them pants.
Pants.
Just because
Man,
we should actually
these names. You guys
we should ask him.
APNS,
We should ask him how
It's
he pronounces it.
APNS.
APNS? Oh,
Or
okay.
I read it as
APNS.
I'm sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
No.
I had to go for it.
I don't know, I read it as
So
pants
easy.
at first, so I've just been calling her pants in my head.
A pants.
A pants?
A pants.
Yeah.
So just to let you guys know, I decided to choose a new cantrip for one of my spells.
What is it?
Mending. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Now you guys,
That's
now
the
you guys have
skill
to
that I keep wanting,
And
but
now
never
it'll
have.
never come up again.
It'll
Yeah.
never come up again.
It
Now
never
you'll
will.
never
He's
use it.
like,
Wait, can you just give him a really off chance where he breaks a vase and he uses it and it's just totally useless, but so he can use it once?
And this isn't ending that you have to have like the value of the item or something. It's like
no, the
it's
weird,
something
the weird thing
The
is,
next-
it's very like ambiguous in a way. It's just the spell can physically repair a magical item or construct, but not restore the magical properties. However, you can just basically mend almost anything as long as it's no larger than 1 foot in diameter. So it's like that's a
Small
pretty
things.
3
big,
feet? Yeah.
like I mean,
Or 1 foot?
it's like that. you
So
know.
now we're gonna find like some villager
Wait,
who's
1 foot
like,
in diameter?
a jar.
my important jar that I always
Huh?
need is
1 foot.
broken.
1 foot.
Isn't there
Diameter.
anyone
Not
who
circumference,
can
yeah,
help?
diameter.
Yeah, so like
So
this.
would be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this.
I mean, it's still. you
Could I do it multiple times, like for something that would be like what about a tear in like a tent cloth? Like could
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is it just
taking
has to
extra
be
time,
a reasonable like.
size.
Yeah, you can't repair
Fix
the
a castle.
dam.
Yeah, you can't fix a dam. You can't fix like a.
But you
cat
could fix the
castle
hole in the
wall.
dam, the
Yeah.
small hole, the
The
small
teeny
hole
tiny
that
one.
becomes
My-
the bigger hole.
My favorite is I can fix keys, like a broken key.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go by and there's gonna be a villager who's like, my important vase that I need to feed would give water to my loved ones is broken. Isn't there anyone who can help? And then we just walk by and don't do anything.
No.
It's like, no, important cult stuff, dude. Isn't there anyone?
it's just like he's speaking in an unknown language. I'm like, anybody understand him? Nope.
Not
He's
my
speaking
problem.
Orcish over here. Oh, wait, you know Orcish. He's speaking
Yeah.
in Draconic over here.
Yeah.
So no more than 1 foot in any dimension. So I guess 1 cubic foot.
Okay, yeah, keep
Yeah.
the foot.
Okay.
Cubic in any dimension.
Alright, well,
So does that mean the
thanks
fourth
for
dimension?
watching, guys.
Even the 4.
So I can
Awesome.
repair time.
Whoa!
Presto's a time lord. I knew it.
It all makes sense
I'm
now.
not surprised.
Did you lose your TARDIS? Is that why you're stuck here in Waterdeep?
Yeah.
And you have to
Single
deal with all
woman.
these racist assholes?
Yeah, guys.
But
I'm
you
gonna
don't
head
know
out.
that.
But you don't know that.
It's been fun. See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Thanks for watching,
Yes.
everybody.
Woo! Yeah, thanks, folks. I'm heading out.
Are you free tomorrow?
It's gonna be cold.
Me?
Yes.
Thunderstorm
Like
tomorrow.
probably around
Thunderstorm tomorrow?
Thunderstorm tomorrow, hopefully.
What the
I
heck?
don't know. What time did you say Julian was going to maybe? Or no, Jeff. You said Jeff, right? He
Oh,
hasn't got back
Jeff.
to you.
He didn't get back to me.
Okay.
So we'll
Maybe,
see.
maybe
What,
not.
do you
I'll
guys
let
play
you know.
board
but-
games or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be doing late night board games. I get back at 8, so if you guys are on, I mean we can stream. So I'm down to stream.
I don't
We
think
don't have to
I'd be
stream.
available because I still I'm gonna have to I have work on Friday, so I'm just like I'm probably gonna be heading to bed like half an hour after that. So,
Yeah.
so
No, I feel
I
ya.
need to figure out if I'm going to my D&D game or not tomorrow. Because
Julian says he's going, and then he's going to be coming over here after he's done.
my issue is more that they want to do. So on Saturday the 23rd, the HeroClix game I mentioned earlier is doing a ROC, which is like the official championship qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be going to that on the 23rd. And so me and all the guys that are going want to do practice stuff on Friday, which would be not spending time with my partner. So I decided maybe I just want to skip it, spend time with her tomorrow. Life.
You sounded very Yiddish right there.
That was the goal.
Life.
The life,
Life.
things, you know.
Thing, so many.
If she yells at me, that might be a
responsibility.
thing, but I don't want it to be.
Dice hurt when you chuck
Eat
them.
bagels.
Bagels and schmear.
But if you guys, do you have any other questions? I mean,
Just wanna lie around,
APNSX
have
or
some
APNS.
Anybody questions?
Like, do you have any other questions? Like, anything we can help you with? Because Darby's been DMing and playing for a long time.
See you guys.
Oh yeah.
Not Peter.
Joel,
Doing stuff.
I don't know about Joel. I don't know what your time frame with D. Mine hasn't been super long, probably like 5 years now.
I've been doing it less time than Darby, for sure. But Darby was my first and original DM, and pretty much my main DM. I've only had 2 other DMs. It's you and Dave. At some point, I might actually, if Dave decides to move back into the Santa Rosa Sonoma County area at some point, I wouldn't mind doing a Shadowrun.
Oh, that's right. I
Because
remember you guys sitting down with him. That's right.
I'm currently doing a Shadowrun mod with him right now, which is really fun. If any of you guys know Shadowrun, it's actually a game. It's been out for a while. Started by FASA Corp. They've made a lot of video games, but they also did tabletop. They were one of the first original not mech warrior, battle mech, which was the tabletop of Mech Warrior. FASA created that, and afterwards they're like, let's create steampunk universe. But along with steampunk, we're also going to do cyberpunk, and it's going to be in the future, and it's going to be D&D universe. So there are elves and orcs and stuff like that, but they're
Was it
using
called
laser pistols.
There was an event called the Cataclysm.
I think that's
Where it was like
Or
multiple
the Catalyst
dimensions,
or something
yeah,
like
multiple
that, yeah.
dimensions all collided together, and so like people just spontaneously turned into elves, and people developed magical powers, and they could cast fireballs. And
Yeah,
shit.
it's just absolutely
And
ridiculous.
then, but then everybody has laser guns because it's all futuristic. And
It's basically a bunch of nerds in one room. Like,
Yeah.
this sounds really bad, but just kind of like
people that
exploded from their hips. Everything that they love about
I like
nerd
the
stuff.
people that control
So-
robot warriors with their minds.
Yeah.
They go-
I'm like currently right now.
Deckers.
I'm playing a Jamaican troll, which I love.
Jaman.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
he's
The
quite
troll
he's
jerky.
quite amazing. He's just really big, and he loves to mess with people, and so he uses his Jamaican ancestry. Like again, it's like Jamaican. He's a troll, but yeah, he uses his Jamaican Santeria ancestry. Santeria is like a religion that like takes Catholicism with crazy rituals, and this is real. This is like in human life today. It's crazy, where they like speak with the dead and everything like that. Like if you ever see Princess, the Frog Prince, the Frog
Yeah.
Princess, the guy who's like the evil guy. Who's
Princess
like, I
and the
got
Frog.
yeah, the Princess and the Frog. That's right. From Disney, the guy who's like, I got friends on the other side, and he does the voodoo. It's basically that stuff. So I'm a voodoo master, and I speak to the spirits, and they do tricksy things for me. It's pretty awesome.
It's actually there's a lot of real crime drama shows
Mhm.
that use those people. They'll have an episode involving that where it's
Yeah.
like this person was killed. What's with all this crazy religion stuff? And it's like they'll talk about or actually Orange is the New Black has an example of it.
Oh,
where it's-
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
more of the Central American version of it.
Oh, that's
Where
true.
It's
yeah.
it's Catholicism where they worship saints, but they use voodoo rituals to worship saints.
Yeah. It's really actually quite fascinating stuff that they do this, and zombie powder. Look up zombie powder. It's weird how real it is, but it's not real. It's crazy stuff, and you can physically make it, but it's like illegal in a lot of countries because it uses the fugu fish and the poison bones from the fugu fish. It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm that type of character. So this D&D campaign that we're running right now is like crazy, weird, and different.
Like D&D or Shadowrun?
Sorry, Shadowrun, but role playing in general.
Yeah.
Dave was also, I've done 2 things of his with Call of Cthulhu, which is also another RP system. So there's a million of them out there. They're all really interesting, but I definitely recommend D&D to start with because it really is a good baseline. Some of these other ones are so different that it just goes crazy with some of the abilities and options you can go for. So
Honestly,
staying basic is good.
4th edition is, in my opinion, the easiest to play and
Yeah.
learn and DM for because all the work is done for you.
It's really
It's
easy.
so straightforward. The downside is that it's very combat oriented, and the combats take a while, which is great fun for new players. I mean, it's a lot of you really feeling like your character's doing something. But a lot of advanced players don't like it because of that same reason. Because once you get past the combat, the game doesn't have a lot. I mean, you can always roleplay. You can roleplay in any scenario, but it doesn't. It doesn't lend itself in character construction for much other than combat. And that's just because the combat system is so good. And then 5th edition takes a lot of that and mixes it with all the great stuff from 3.5 and Pathfinder that people love for role playing, and makes this kind of bastard child hybrid that is fascinating. Fascinating system.
Fascinating indeed. One of the best things that I've liked about 4 is and I think I played a little bit of 4 with you, but I also played it. Actually, sorry, I've had 4 DMs, including you. One of which is Hannah's husband,
Right.
Jesse, and he did a pretty interesting campaign. Very short. It worked though, but it was with 4th edition. He gives you these little card things, and these card things indicate your abilities, and they have your daily abilities. So you have your battle abilities you can use, once per battle, and then you have your anytimes. And so you have these little cue cards that just like these are your abilities, and they're really easy and laid out for you exactly like that.
Yeah,
which is
it's highly recommended that you
Super
make
simple.
them in 4th edition whenever you play. In fact, the 4th edition books are going to be even cheaper too, which makes it really
Yeah.
nice. Like you can get a player's handbook and a DM guide for pretty cheap, and then a monster manual. I don't even know if you need the monster manual because any adventure.
most of the adventures
Would be
include all of them.
self-contained.
Yeah, that you would need.
And its 4th edition is so simple that it was like I was able to take all my old adventures and update them because it was all just like switching numbers around, and it was really easy to make monsters. I really enjoyed 4th edition.
Yeah,
So yes, 4th edition is a good starting point as well.
definitely.
But if you already have 5th edition books, then go with 5th edition because it's just a better version, more updated, streamlined. The bugs are worked out.
Player balance.
Player
and,
balance. Yeah.
I was wondering if they had an ability to kind of mesh, what they have with 5th and just slim it down to make it like 4th.
It's
But probably not.
Well, I mean, like it comes. If you run a pre-made campaign like that, then no. But if you like a DM, like you can, if you're looking for something more simple and quick, like, I mean, you can easily probably run a campaign which is just like, oh, like you have your characters and like I just put you in a random situation. Like you just have to be creative as a DM at that point. Like, and it can be simplistic stuff. Like you can put them in a town. They could have lived there forever, and then like Darby's scenario for the what was it? D&D advanced game that we ran, which was like, there's an evil wizard, and you all hate the wizard. Now you have a goal and objective.
Yeah.
And it's like, and your goal and objective is you all hate him because if you don't do anything, he's probably going to kill you all eventually.
Yeah.
So you're doing something now. So it's very simplistic motivation, which gets you straight into figuring out. And for his, it was more puzzle-based and fun stuff like that because of the module we used.
The Halloween adventure.
Yeah. Which was the module we used. But I mean, you can very easily make it very combat oriented based off of what system you're running too. And that makes it more engaging for the players in that sense. Or
One of the ones I really like to use for one-shot adventures is there is a wizard shows up one day in the middle of this small city with a cart and a red door on the back of it, and he's able to he has a giant key ring full of keys, and every key he inserts into that door opens the door to a different location. And he basically starts running a gladiatorial system where he sends adventurers through the door to fight monsters and collect treasure and come out. So it's kind of like a Smash TV in the D&D world. So every adventure,
TV, that's
yeah,
awesome.
every adventure is just like 4 or 5 encounters. It's a quick run through this little dungeon, and then you come out the other side and you have treasure and experience, and people watch you because there's scrying devices everywhere, and they watch you as you fight, and then they cheer for you, and you can hear them cheering for you.
that's awesome. APNS said his name is Darren, so nice to meet you, Darren, and he also donated, so thank you.
Thank you.
Here, thank you so much for donating.
we just never mind. But yeah, no, it's freaking awesome. Sorry, I'm researching more spells.
I mean,
Spell.
you don't really even, if you have a book that has monster stats and you have the player creation stuff, like that's all you need really. Like all the other stuff is like, it's to help you be better essentially, but really if you're trying to get people interested, you just got to make it fun.
Yeah.
And even adapting something that you've seen before, like Adventure Time, or like
That's
you could just
not
watch
bad at
Adventure
all.
Time
Yeah.
and then just make a campaign based off of Adventure Time. You can just choose a monster that they fight in that, like the Lich, or even a smaller level monster. Like the Lich is your overarching monster versus like you have like the Witch you run into that turns Jake into a normal person. Like you create these, like just from something you've seen before, you can run a DM in a campaign off of it. And it's obviously better if the players haven't seen it before. Like, don't do Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is bad because it's all about rails. And there's actually a comic online which is really funny, which talks about that. It's called DM of the Ring, and it's just basically, what if nobody knew what Lord of the Rings was, and like you had to DM a campaign with the characters. And it's essentially like saying, you have to go here and you have to do this, and anything you do is pretty much just wrong. because you're off the storyline. So you need to have flexibility because that's the biggest thing in a role-playing system is the players will always go off track.
Yeah, if you give them a city and you give them a forest, half the time they're going to go to the city, half the time they're going to go in the forest. And so you can't just describe like in the distance you see a volcano because the party might want to go, we're going to go to the volcano. And you're like, okay, lava monsters!
And it's good to create very specific goal-oriented objectives to beginning players, too. Don't give them, like Darby was saying, don't give them a sandbox world. Give them the Fallouts. Give them more specific.
They need a motivation.
Yeah.
You need to, like, even if the motivation is, here's a bunch of money, go kill these orcs. And if you're making a book, if you're making the adventure off the top of your head, if all you can afford is a single player's handbook amongst the whole group of you, rule of thumb. The average player, so like you look at all their bonuses, the average player should hit on a 10 or 11. And then the average monster should die in 3 hits. You know, strong monster, 5 to 7 hits. And make it a little harder that you can make it so that it takes like a 14 to hit. Like if it's a big boss, make it, they have to get a 15 to hit or give them a ton of hit points depending on how you want them to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's fun to have a boss that will just take hit after hit after hit. We call those brutes. Sometimes it's fun to have a monster that's just really, really hard to hit, but once you do, he dies quickly. Those are called soldiers, I think, typically. And then you have the other ones that just do tons and tons of damage, but die very quickly, or easy to hit and die quickly. Those are usually like wizards. So it's like, you know, he throws a fireball at you and you all take, 20 damage and you're all almost dead, but then the fighter walks up and hits him and he dies.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I did with the kids I did it with. Like, because they were all super young except for the one girl who was older. And so the system was if you roll a 10 or higher, you succeed. If you don't, you don't. And I did inside my head, if you're a rogue type, like, yeah, I made you sound really cool because you're young, but, like, you get a small modifier in my head personally, which is a +2. And, like, every class specific, it's a +2 special bonus if that's what you would be. Like, if a warrior's going up and hitting people super close and, like, being kind of brutish, yeah, give the warrior +2 to hit and do stuff. If the rogue's being sneaky, give them a +2. If the wizard's casting magic and using spells, give them a +2. So it makes their odds just slightly higher, and it's a very easy, and that makes it such an easy system. I did the same thing Darby did. Instead, I made it easy. It was just 2 hits. 2 hits, dead. Like if you get hit 2 times, they get hit 2 times. You're both kind of dead, and it made it very easy and very simplistic. And they loved it. Like they went crazy over it, and obviously, as you get older, more people like a little bit more complexities, more things. They want to know the bonuses themselves. They want to know how they can, and that's where the storytelling aspect gets in. They're not so interested so much about the hack and slash and having that kind of fun and the puzzles. They want to be able to then elaborate even further, which is the character itself.
And the great thing about this game, honestly, is that since the die rolls determine so much of what happens, you get these bizarre scenarios where the wizard always makes his stealth checks. Always! No one knows why, he's just a super stealthy wizard. That's like the rogue sneaking around getting caught, but the wizard's like, oh, I am a shadow.
I was seriously considering, by the way, getting my second level spell of invisible.
You should.
You should.
But here's the thing, there's that, but I can also get blink, which is amazing.
Ooh.
Real quick, you should hear the explanation. Roll a d20 at the end of each of your turns for the duration of the spell, which is 1 minute. So that's
10 rounds in combat.
10 rounds? 10 rounds of combat. And basically, if I get an 11 or higher, I disappear into the ethereal plane. I get to automatically reappear at the beginning of the third turn. So basically, 1 turn I spend in the ethereal plane, which is a little problematic because I'm not helping my team out. But if it's not super bad or I'm really hurt, I can just blink away. And after that point, then I get to so I can cast the spell, and it's the end of my turn. Roll my die if I get high enough. Now here's the weird thing: is that roll d20. Does that count towards my spell attack or no?
No, it's just a d20.
Just a d20.
Yeah. So it'd be 11 or higher, and you
okay.
But
basically, I get to, and here's the cool thing is I can do this, and I can dismiss the spell if I want any time, or if I don't, I roll, cool, I got an 11 or higher, I decide to just blink out of there again. So I'm just bouncing around the map like a freaking madman. Can't catch me! Can't catch me! It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. But yeah, I think invisible might be the better option. Do you think?
Yeah.
It's tough to say. Blink sounds
Metagame
fun.
wise, invisibility is such a powerful and useful spell.
Yeah.
It is.
And here's the best part: it's a second level, and if I cast third level or any spell level higher, I get to touch additional people or objects and make them invisible. And it's lasts up to an hour. It's pretty powerful. So I think I'm gonna go.
You
for
and
it.
somebody else invisible, and then you just gotta move quietly.
Exactly. So it's just like, I'm not touching you. I'm gonna touch like Nemia with her super shiny armor and me. So boing, and then you can't see.
Yeah, like for me, like even now, like getting dungeon delver, like any dungeons we further go into, which will happen at some point, like I get to now move quickly through them. Versus before, it's like I have to actually like tiptoe around. Like, is there a trap here? Is there a trap here? Now I can move. What is it? At normal pace.
Yeah.
So like I can move at normal pace instead of a slow pace now. So I just walk through a dungeon like trap.
I'm so adept at spotting danger. They call me Danger Mouse.
Oh wait, there's a trap. And then could have asked it
There's
or
even
something.
greater invisibility. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for me to get to bed.
And I think it's time. Yeah, we'll call it now. It's 10 o'clock officially, 10:06.
Indeed.
But thank you for joining us. Yep, Slash has invisibility for the win.
Yep. Thank you, Slash. All right. I was kind of hoping that like he would agree.
That Slash would agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's like if Slash agrees, then I know.
It's such a great performance trick, though. If you think, I guess Blink is too. But if you can't reappear when you need to,
Here's the
it
thing,
could be bad.
Blink requires a roll. Invisibility is just I can do it. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And
matter.
you already have Misty Step, which is not a reaction, but a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
So you can already teleport.
I can
as a
already
bonus
teleport, and that's the funniest thing is I was like, I already have a teleport, so I basically have two teleports.
action. Right. And it's like Blink is different because it's not actually a teleport. You enter the ethereal
That's
realm.
true.
Then you can move on
In
your
the
next turn, or you
ethereal
can drink a potion, I guess. if you
That's
need to.
actually
That's
not
what
that-
I think it's
I'm
used for, is to
thinking-
prep something
yeah.
in the other realm. So when you come back, you just come out of a random area so they don't know where you are, and you're just like, big spell, or I'm like ready to go
You know,
again.
that would be really funny. Is because everything is cast in shadow, so I can actually see
Yeah.
where enemies are and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
could like go up behind them and then vampiric touch.
Yeah. Can you take other people with you willingly? in that?
No, I can't. However, there are abilities.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are abilities that allow you to take people willingly.
The weird thing is it has some really weird caveats that if you're already in the ethereal plane, weird shit happens. You don't want to do. Basically, don't cast Blink if you're already in the ethereal.
Do it, Joel.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
All right. Well, we're signing off for the night.
We'll be back next Wednesday.